Show, man. A lot of things happened over the past 24 hours that we need to discuss, and there's something coming up very shortly here on the West Coast. It's the start of a new day. Spring training baseball, first pitch. Joey Musgrove on the mound for your San Diego Padres, set to host the LA Dodgers in their first game of spring training. They'll also be familiar foes, obviously, in Seoul, South Korea in just about a month. So getting the early scouting report here in the Cactus League.
I mean, some people call him Joey Musgrave.
Some people have called him that. Actually, one person has called...
he buries the competition.
Boy, are we getting started this early? You really...
I didn't say it was plenty good.
Yeah, that is true. That is true, yeah. Although he might have been reading...
paid to do it.
Did he read an ad? Was that a part of the ad, or did you...
Oh, yeah, you talking about Silk? Plenty good. Find it at your nearest grocery stores.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just making sure it was in the script. If it wasn't, you'd be lapping it right now. Yeah, no question about it.
So you get it because it's a plant-based drink, and it'll make you feel real good. So
You're
planty good.
Oh, you're getting there. Yeah. Oh, you were cruising.
Don't worry, I only have that read 10 more times today. Here we go.
So, look, among other things, we have Lainey Wilson tickets to give away. We're gonna send you to Shamrock today, at least a pair of you. I mean, we're gonna be doing this a lot. You could say we're gonna be doing this plenty over the next couple of days. Yeah, there's about 3 weeks of Shamrock tickets. So if you want to go downtown and celebrate St. Patty's Day the right way, we are going to send you out there. Also, there's different rules for different people. Keep that in mind for about 10 minutes here as we weave our way through college football. But we'll get to that story. In the NFL, different rules for different people. The reason why we start with college football, though, is because there was breaking news yesterday. So the college football, and I did not know that this meeting, and I don't think either of you guys knew this either, but apparently there was a college football playoff meeting happening in Dallas, Texas yesterday.
I had no idea.
Yeah, I'm not like a big Wild Bill Hancock guy in terms of the college football playoff executive director, but
you guys don't listen to my updates at all.
Wait a second. So you covered this yesterday?
Oh yeah, they were in my updates all morning.
They were?
Yeah, the decision to make sure the 12-team playoff got the 5 conference champions as long with the next 7 highest ranked teams.
Are you sure it was the morning updates?
Yeah, it was all day, all morning.
All morning long?
All morning, every single one of them.
That is,
including my halftime.
I found out about this when Rich put it in the grid last night.
Well, so he updated us that it was happening and that there were going to be discussions about firming up the 12-game playoff format. What came out afterward was this news that we're going to break here this morning. But I will say, if you guys out there listening to this show want some really like imperative, up-to-date information, there's plenty of great information in those updates, apparently.
Top and bottom of every hour is all you want to listen to.
Yeah, just tune out the rest. It's really just filler.
It's filler to get to the update.
So I'll read this here. The college football playoff already set to expand from 4 to 12-team format in the upcoming season. Now, a 14-team college football playoff starting in 2026 was discussed in Dallas. Now, I mentioned his name, the executive director of the College Football Playoff Committee, Bill Hancock, acknowledged that this idea was discussed, but he said there's still work to be done. He declined to provide any specific details. So we have this story, and we have expansion already. What do we think? Like 12 teams, it feels like they're trying to make this better. Is it the best? We don't know. I guess we've never seen it, but let's start there. 12 teams, since that is what we're going to have in 2024. Do you like 12? Do you want more? Do you want less teams getting in? What are your thoughts?
Well, it feels a lot better because there's more. I just don't understand. Why don't you just do the same sort of bracket as March Madness? I mean, I don't. It's too many games, I guess. You don't want to break down that many games, but yeah, I mean, 12 feels a lot better for sure.
I mean, the main reason it's not like a 64-team bracket is because it's a lot tougher to recover from a football game than it is from a basketball game.
Right.
So you might not never see something at that big a scale unless they dramatically cut down the regular season of college football, which that might take away from the product too. My first reaction was, well, this guarantees at least one group of 5 team into the playoffs every single year. Because if they're going with the 5 conference champions, well, remember, since the dissolving of the Pac-12, that means it's really like a power four right now and everybody else. So Conference USA, Mountain West, what are the other ones? Sun Belt, something. They're
Sun
all
Belt.
the best of those
AAC.
conferences is going to get one team into the college football playoff, which means there is a window for the Aztecs to get to the college football playoff.
Yeah, well, look, I'm a fan of expansion, and I agree with TD. I've been saying this for years. A model that expands college football playoffs to look exactly like March Madness. I've been saying this since way before it was even popular. This actually, it's still highly unpopular. Nobody agrees with me, by the way. And if you think this is a good idea, you're among the minority, I promise you. But I think that 6 more games to win a national title isn't too many, especially now with name, image, and likeness. I mean, these players are getting paid, not fairly compensated for what they generate in terms of revenue for these universities, these conferences, and the NCAA as a whole. But you're talking about 6 more games. If you go from a round of 64 and you whittle it down to a national champion, the national champion has to play 6 games. So if you have a 12-game regular season, that's 18 total games. You know, you get rid of conference championship games, or even if you don't, that's 19 games for a national champion. So you're telling me that there's the biggest difference in the world going from college football, where now players get compensated, to the NFL just a year later. You know, I mean, certain guys only play 2 years at the college football level, and then they go to the NFL at, I mean, Justin Fields is 24.
Mhm.
Next year, Jaden Daniels is 23. I mean, there's 21-year-old and 20-year-old, and shoot, has there ever been a 19-year-old NFL football player? I don't think so. I think 20 is the youngest. But you catch my drift here. Like, all of this is an argument that used to protect the NCAA about, you know, preserving student athlete, that designation that really has just prevented them from having to pay workers' compensation for years. So it's the Wild West. No, everything's open. So expand this bracket. Let's have March Madness in January, and let's go. I think college football expansion should go beyond 14 teams.
Which, by the way, that would eliminate that time period from the last college football game, and then weeks go by till you get to some of these bowl games.
Yeah.
So, I mean, fill them up.
How many teams would you like to see in?
64.
Really?
I would like to see. So
what does that do to the regular season schedule, though? Does that dramatically shorten it? And then that makes it to where, like, after week 1, now that field is whittled down to 32, obviously. And it's a 6-week deal, I guess. But I just think that you're cutting off too many college football teams too early.
No, I just said it. You play a 12-game schedule. The Aztec season ended, unfortunately, without a bowl appearance on Thanksgiving week. So the very next week, you have conference championship games. You're still in the month of November. The very next week after that, you start your tournament. And then every weekend you have tournament games, and you won't even make it out of the month of January if you do that. You're just adding 6 more weeks. So it would be halfway through January, everything would be done. I mean, and if you want to push it to February, maybe build in some bye weeks as we get to the Final Four or the national championship game, like they do with the Super Bowl. There's a bye week before the Super Bowl. You could do those things, or there could be a bye week before the tournament begins, you know, and then now you're kind of almost at February. I mean, but to me, this is the solution. And then guess what? All these big sponsors who want to, you know, throw their name on bowl games, you could still do that, but the first of the, like, the round of 64, for example, it's going to be played at all the highest seed homes. So you have, I don't know, the Aztecs. They're going to host Texas El Paso, right? They're going to have the Roadrunners in San Diego. So guess what? The Aztecs get another home game to sell. That's a bowl game. So then, I don't know, and Tax Slayer decides to sponsor that one. You know what I mean? And maybe it's a little bit of like, hey, we got to hurry up and get some of these corporate sponsorships in place. But maybe you just line up the corporate sponsors and you say, if you want the round of 64, you pay this amount. And then we attach you to the bowl games we choose at random. And then the round of 32 goes the same way. And then as you whittle the field to the Sweet 16, the Elite 8, the Final Four, and the national title, it could probably be structured a little differently. But, dude, I think this could work. And like I said, even if with conference championship games, the national champion will only play 19 games. In the NFL, if you win a Super Bowl, you're playing 20 games Yeah, you're playing 20 games because you have a 17-game regular season, 3 in the postseason if you're a wild card to win a Super Bowl, and then add in the preseason games. 23 games for a Super Bowl.
You'd have 21 if you went all the way to Super Bowl and you had a wild card, right?
There you go.
Yeah, so I mean, it's not. I wouldn't say the game management is a problem. I think you're going to get pushback from the NFL because once you start creeping into January, late January, where they're going, "Hey, hold on, this is our playoff time. Don't eat up our time." But in my opinion, you're only got 1 or 2 games on a Saturday or a Sunday when you start getting into late January. So you could slide around some of these college bowl games and all of a sudden make it the future of the NFL positioned right before the NFL.
All right, I'm starting to buy into this, and I'm liking it a little bit more. And what you could do is just start the college football season 3 or 4 weeks earlier. You wouldn't have to worry about the end of the year running into NFL playoffs.
Yeah.
But, okay, so the immediate pushback from everybody is going to be like, well, what if someone gets hurt? And what if players stay out of the games because they don't want to get hurt for their NFL draft? And that's already happening anyways, but you would think that this scenario, Rich, that you're laying out would probably lead to a little more school pride, maybe?
Well, and also I think what you're going to see over the next couple of years anyways is college athletes fight for more of the revenue pie. In the NFL, the reason why we always talk about it being mutually beneficial for these network contract deals to get increased in the NBA also and MLB also is because, well, actually, it's more so in the NBA and the NFL. I'm explaining in a second. But revenue is shared in those two sports. Major League Baseball, there's no salary cap, so the players can get paid whatever. Any team can pay as much as they want. But in the NBA and the NFL, it's a share of revenue. So if a TV contract is signed for $11 billion, for example, for Thursday Night Football over 11 years, Amazon hands that money over to league, and then it's split right down the middle. $5.5 million for the players, $5.5 million for the owners, and that salary cap, the raise in the salary cap for the players is reflected in the revenue share. Well, the players in college football are going to start looking at the amount of money they're making on name, image, and likeness alone, and they're going to start to unionize. There's no question in my mind. So if you start cutting into more and more of the NCAA, these universities and these conferences' profits, they're going to want to generate more revenue. And the result is going to be more playoff games. So we're heading in this direction already. Just build out the structure now.
And if the NCAA or the NFL wanted to make sure that players play in these bowl games, then put an incentive on it. I mean, if for the NFL, if they ponied up $10 million and said, top 10 draft picks with a championship under their belt get $1 million signing bonus.
Well, the NFL is not going to care.
Yeah, right.
The NFL would never do that because that eats into their profits and they're not getting anything from college football.
But what you could do is require every sponsor for the what would you say, the Tax Slayer Bowl in the round of 64. That sponsor has to put up an additional $1 million to pay every single player a portion of it.
Right.
I mean, it works. It works.
Now they're going to bitch and moan all day long to get to 14 teams. Imagine trying to jump that number up to 64. You're talking this could be decades before we see anything similar to this if people start listening to Rich Ornberger, which I highly suggest everyone does.
But how many schools would say, yes, we want to be in that 64 bracket?
Tons.
I mean, yeah. So you'd have so many hands raised saying, yeah, this is a good idea because now we got a shot. Because if we can just get our foot in the door.
There's 130 Division I teams. They all have a real legitimate shot.
Would you worry at all about the competition level in that first round? Because say just Alabama is the number 1 team overall in this seed. Like they could end up playing against a team
like the Sister Mary's of the poor. Like it's going to be it's going to be
the 64th ranked team in the country is not going to be able to compete on that same field as Alabama. When Alabama's at its best.
But like what's crazy about that is occasionally we'll see like an Appalachian State going to Michigan and going to the big house and get a W. Occasionally we'll see like a Georgia State take down like an Auburn, where you're like, what? How? And I mean, that's March Madness. We see it all the time.
The UMBC taking down Virginia. That was 4 or 5 years ago.
1 seed getting taken down by a 16 seed.
But then that team will play again 2 days later. So that's the biggest difference between college and basketball here. It's like in March Madness, you get this furious pace, at least through the first 3 rounds, where they're playing every single day.
I know. But imagine.
It'd be awesome.
You have a 64 team college football bracket. Oh my God.
But then how much does that help a St. Mary's if they were to get a win like that? How many eyeballs on them? All of a sudden people go, wait, that's kind of a fun school.
Yeah.
And I mean, now they get some more name, image, and likeness deals. They get some more players who are interested in going to their school. I mean, this could elevate the entire system.
Look at San Diego State. They are a mid-major program, right? And no offense, like it is what it is for now. I mean, they may advance and join a different conference here coming up. Those conversations obviously have been going on for years now on the Mesa between JD Wicker and many of these conference executive directors. But in the meantime, Steve Fisher and Brian Dutcher have taken this team from this, conference that not a lot of people are familiar with and made them a part of the national conversation year after year after year. Why? Because they're relevant in March, because they show up in the tournament, because they made an incredible run winning their way into the national tournament or the national championship game last year. Now they got taken down by a juggernaut. UConn, if you watched any of their tournament games, they were just wrecking house the whole way. And San Diego State, they could have won. I mean, if that game's played 10 times, I mean, they could win 4 of them. You know what I mean? Like they got unlucky. UConn played exactly like UConn played all season long. But to your point, TD, like this is an opportunity for in college football now for a team like San Diego State or a Cincinnati or a Texas El Paso or a Southern Methodist or a Georgia State to find their way into the tournament and potentially make a name for themselves.
Winthrop University.
Yes. Yes. Oh my gosh.
Get the hell out.
What? We
We are burying the lead. Okay. So yesterday I'm walking out of here and I go, we've got to focus on something as a show. I was like, I'm going to pursue this. I was like, but if you want to as well, I was talking to TD. It was a throwaway line. I was walking out here. I'm like, I want to get the coach of the Winthrop cornhole team on the show. I was like, I'm going to reach out to their people either this week or next. I was like, because we are playing in an ACL tournament at some point this upcoming year. And he was like, oh yeah, that's a great idea. And then within hours, TD goes, head coach of Winthrop Cornhole joining us at 7:30.
Well, and why is that extremely relevant here? Winthrop gave the first scholarships to cornhole players
ever.
2 guys out of Colorado.
Are they full ride scholarships?
I'm pretty sure. Well, we'll
We're
find out.
gonna find
Well,
out.
no,
That
no,
is
no.
wild.
So cornhole is a college sport now.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Official college sport.
At least at Winthrop.
So, I mean, do you think we could get scholarships?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Of the 3 of us, TD, you might be the only one with eligibility.
What? Why?
Well, yeah, actually I could lie.
Oh.
You could lie.
Because I haven't racked up the years.
Well, no, you didn't play a college sport.
Intramurals. I mean, come on.
Well, worst case scenario. Well,
Isn't that basically what cornhole is?
No.
Shut your mouth.
They don't.
Shut your mouth.
You don't have to sign letter of intent if you're playing intramural.
You're right. Text line is
Wow.
fired up this morning. 913 is back. He was on vacation, I guess, with his family at Lake
Woo.
Arrowhead. But he says
We're worried about
999 challenge posed for Cactus League. Let's do this, fellas.
Good.
Actually,
God.
we have a different challenge. We have a different challenge set up for the start of spring training. So Fletch came in and he gave us Sprite. Okay. So a lot of people are like, wow, Sprite, really? Why?
Well,
Lemon
yeah.
lime soda?
Right.
It's not a Bar Cart Friday. That's usually a mixer. We shared a laugh. We do this a lot. Like a group text will go out. I'll send something from my bizarre Instagram timeline, or Fletch will text us something, or TD, and we'll laugh. We'll have a big laugh. We'll say, that was fun.
Yeah.
Well, yesterday we had one of those videos get shared on our group text, and it was of two ladies, 2 gals doing the, and I had no idea this was a challenge, but the Sprite challenge in the front seat of their car, just chugging Sprite, which apparently makes you burp like a demon is escaping your body.
So I mean, that the challenge is to drink it as fast as you can, like whoever drinks it the fastest, or
Bingo. But the challenge doesn't really have anything to do with it. It's all about the results of the challenge.
Okay.
So you drink the Sprite as fast as you can, and then pretty much without failure, someone is going to burp like a demon.
Okay, I'm gonna put, because we have it on our group text, I'm gonna put the link to this TikTok on our rundown. You might as well play it,
right?
because the burp that comes out of this girl is like it's something like it's out of a horror movie. The sound effect that it makes. Let's see, copy. There we go. Throw it on the.
There's
rundown
also
here.
like a weird sex sound in here. I don't know if you guys heard that, but the girl before she burps makes like a.
Oh, she kind of moans. Yeah, it's a strange. It is a strange. Dude,
That's what happens.
I
I watched this 23,000 times.
Okay, but
Okay, I put the
not,
link on.
I maybe not the exact one I sent you guys, but the original video has 47 million views on it.
Dude, yeah, and she does. She kind of makes this noise like, and then. All right, so
There we
check
go.
this out. Here it is. And then
It's incredible.
her companion in the front seat is spitting her Sprite out. Could you play that whole sequence again, just real quick? I'm gonna raise the volume on my headphones. I don't know if I'm mentally prepared for this yet.
Wow.
Is it too early? Should we do that? Yeah, maybe
Not right now.
Not right now.
I
No.
also need to try to find straws because if you put a straw into the Sprite, it allows air to escape. It's easier to chug.
But don't you
That's
want all the?
thinking a lot.
Yeah, you want all the air in your gut.
You're still getting all the bubbles.
Yeah, I suppose you're right.
Wow.
Yeah. This is going to be an interesting show today. We're going to be talking cornhole with Dusty Thompson, which, by the way, what a great name for the first cornhole coach
Yeah.
in college sports.
Which they might as well call him Dusty Cornhole.
Dusty.
Gross.
We got Dusty. His nickname's Bags Thompson. It's old Dusty Bags Thompson joining us on Big Rich, TD, and Flitch.
You'll be good, man.
I hope he has a Southern accent.
Oh,
I
same.
mean, Winthrop, I think he's a South Carolinian.
South Carolina.
I think so. You know, I'm praying. This is going to be the best. Also, we have this. So, you know, we were talking about it. Certain players get the best treatment on a football field. Other players don't. And it has everything to do with who you are and how you play. But who gets all the calls? We'll get to that on the other side. But first, Fletch, I got to tell you, you are looking good.
Oh, thank you.
You were wearing that. You look good in green.
So we got an
Real
email yesterday saying that Dr. Wayne is going to be coming in to iHeart San Diego to meet with us. Did you guys feel like that was he's coming in to make sure that we're actually skinny?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Is that today or next
No,
week?
Next Thursday.
Okay.
But
Cool.
I can't wait for it because I am skinny now. And it's thanks to Wayne and Chloe over at sdfatloss.com.
Right.
If you're sick of trying those latest fad medications, the prescription drugs like TD was trying to get, the ones that they'll shoot you up,
Still said no.
yeah, stay away from them because while you might lose weight initially, it's not going to last. It's just temporarily suppressing your hunger. As soon as you get off the drug, your frustration
Don't cry, man. Don't
and
cry.
your weight could come right back to haunt you. SDFallows.com, they have the secret for quick weight loss. Most importantly, lasting weight loss using their time-tested methods over literally tens of thousands of clients across the country. We've seen videos from Boise. We've seen videos from New York. And you've seen videos from right here in San Diego. It's because it works. And they use healthy weight loss using real whole foods and proprietary strategies to help your body become you once again. So if you're looking at the calendar and you have something coming up in 2 months that you want to look a little bit better for, take it from us. In 2 months, you can do a lot of damage here. We all lost 30 plus pounds within 2 months.
Yeah.
So get on over to sdfatloss.com today. It's a free consultation. They'll tell you exactly what you need to do. And if it's for you, sign up. And let me just give you a sneak preview. The first 2 days of sdfatloss.com are freaking awesome.
Yeah.
And then it gets kind of tough. But if you stick with it, you're going to lose a bunch of weight. sdfatloss.com.
So it turns out some players just get better treatment than others. We'll explain coming up next.
This update is presented by Silk. Feel planty good. Shop wherever you find groceries. Starting off with Padres baseball, today marks the first game of the 2024 spring training. Padres taking on the Dodgers at the Peoria Sports Complex. First pitch at 12:10. Padres adjacent story here. Former Padre Eric Hosmer announcing his retirement from the league yesterday. However, the Padres are still on the hook for $26 million that they owe him over the next 2 seasons. In the NBA, pretty much everyone in action tonight after the All-Star break. Listen to Lakers Warriors tonight at 7. Immediately after the Brian Dutcher Coaches Show at 6 right here on San Diego Sports 760. Silk's delicious plant-based beverages helps bring a daily dose of goodness to help you feel plenty good. They're rich in calcium and a good source of vitamins A and D to support the health of you and your family. Shop wherever you find groceries.
Yeah, I like this. I need leg warmers. This is sweet.
Why?
Doesn't it feel like 80s, like The Cure? That's what it feels like to me. Big Rich, CD, and Fletch. This is San Diego Sports 760. It was a good morning, a good start to the morning. As I pulled into the parking lot here at iHeart San Diego, a raccoon walked in front of me. How about that?
Did you give it a try, Tip?
No, but I'm going to bring snacks tomorrow, raccoon snacks. What? That's because I mean, look, he's just doing raccoon things. I could bring some like s'mores. Just the stuff to make s'mores.
Yeah, you feed the one raccoon pretty soon. Like iHeart San Diego is going to be infested with raccoons.
That would be the best.
This is the same thing. This is the hawk all over again. This is the hawk. All
God,
over
I love
again.
raccoons.
Yeah,
I love raccoons.
We don't need. Okay, so they also become super territorial. Like they may love you, but they may hate like Fletch. And then, can you imagine if like called it to Noreen, like the big boss at iHeart San Diego, and she's like, "Yeah, so Fletch is in the hospital. He's got rabies. It's because you trained an attack raccoon. Can we have a conversation?"
But when I say it got 4.7 million likes, then We're good
Worth it.
because that is the number 2 most important thing here at iHeart San
By the
Diego.
way,
Damn
I
right.
will get rabies for 4.7 million likes. Like if you could guarantee that, I will take care of the medical bills and the shots and whatever else I need.
It's happening.
Apparently, there's a
Done.
major cell outage across the nation right now,
What is
which
that?
is why I was having trouble logging in to my internet here.
Oh,
But
damn,
AT&T, Verizon, T-Mobile affected. Even 911 crashed apparently. Yeah, which that ain't good.
I thought when you
No.
said cell outage, you meant like all jail cells got opened up.
Yep, it's
And we
the
were about to
purge.
enter into Arkham City, and it was going to be crazy.
Wow.
That's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
it's fine.
So wow. So that
Yeah.
when did that happen, by the way?
Well, it must have happened within, or at least an hour ago, because Dusty Thompson sent me a message. He's like, "Hey, I have AT&T, so hopefully it's back up." And I'm like, "Yeah, okay, cool."
But you texted me,
Yeah.
Dusty.
Yeah,
We got some juicy news coming out.
What
okay.
is going on?
Is it Laney Wilson? Because we have a pair of tickets that we're giving away.
Plenty juicy there, but no. This is the Patriots quarterback room last season. This is a report from SI Now. Bailey Zappi would sometimes watch tape in the wide receiver room instead of the quarterback room. The toxicity in the quarterback room of the New England Patriots was something next level.
Wow.
Okay.
Well, that is a perfect segue into what we're talking about next. So, did you guys see Johnny Manziel on Club Shay Shay?
Yep.
So a bunch of clips have gone super viral over the past 24 hours. Johnny Manziel talking about all sorts of stuff. He opened up about the quarterback room in Cleveland when he was in there as a drafted rookie with my buddy Brian Hoyer and Connor Shaw and a couple other quarterbacks. And he actually, we don't have the clip available. I could find it, but he actually said some negative things about Brian Hoyer, about how he was like, I was a drafted rookie and I could use some help. But Brian Hoyer was, and not, like, I love how when people say, and with all due respect, it's always something horribly negative.
No offense,
but
yeah.
But he said that Hoyer didn't help him at all. That he would like click his teeth at him, like, we're doing this again, and it's just like, yeah, because guess what? You were partying in Vegas, partying your balls off instead of studying your playbook and annoying the ever living dog out of people who are actually working hard. Johnny, like, grow up.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, revisiting the past and tearing down people who worked hard around you, it's ridiculous. But anyways, I mean, look, if this is a part of his journey towards sobriety, if he's trying to go on an apology tour, and I don't know if he's sober or not, I didn't listen to every single minute of the podcast, but Johnny Manziel came clean about a lot of things, including how badly he screwed up his relationship with LeBron James, who was playing with the Cavaliers at the time. Here's Johnny Manziel.
It's a little depressing. I mean, it's sad. And you don't want to see people like that. Now, I guess I'm a cynic. I'm a skeptic. Sometimes I feel like things are said just to try to patch up the past of, look, man, you were a jerk. I mean, that's what it was. You were a jerk. So own up to it. If you were depressed, that's awful. I don't want anybody to have to go through anything like that. But it's just, I don't know if I buy it. I don't know if I buy the whole line yet.
Yeah, it's a lot, right? You know, and this was a long interview, and I think there were times where you could tell that he was, I don't know if he's pleading for attention or for people to love and accept his journey or what the goal is. I mean, he's visible. Johnny Manziel has been more visible now than he's been in years. I don't know if it's because he needs the cash. I don't know if it's because he feels like he needs to apologize for, you know, wasting his talent in some ways, or what exactly the goal of all this is. But he continued on, and he was talking about his time in college football. And what was interesting about it is everybody talks about how much money goes to players due to name, image, and likeness now. Well, Johnny Manziel, I mean, and he's naming names here. Like, LeBron James comes out looking like a hero because he's reaching out to the drafted quarterback in Cleveland, where he claimed, obviously he's from Akron, but Cleveland's his hometown and all those things. And, and trying to help him out. LeBron looks great, but Kevin Sumlin at the time, who was the head coach of the Texas A&M program, looks like a criminal. Listen to this.
Rich,
Yes.
was there a bag man at Penn State?
Oh, I'm sure there was. I never met him. My parents didn't hold Joe Paterno's feet to the fire for $3 million for 2 more years. There was none of that.
The bag man is funny terminology though, because who was the running back a few years ago we heard from that said, yeah, there was a bag of $250,000 sitting on my hotel room bed.
Lendell White.
No.
I think
it was the dude who was backup to Reggie Bush.
I think it was Lendell White.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
It wasn't Reggie Bush.
No.
He definitely had a bag man too.
Yeah. I think it was Lendell White because I remember. Actually, let me look up the story. Getting paid. Yeah, I'm literally writing Lendell White getting paid at USC. Let's see.
So I do think Johnny Manziel is kind of on the tour right now. I've seen him.
Someone left Lendell White $150,000 cash in his dorm room or on his bed.
And that was like to keep him happy because he thought he was good enough to start getting starting reps, but Reggie Bush was in the way at the time.
God, I'd take the bag man.
Oh, for sure. I would love the bag man.
The bag man sounds cool.
Yeah,
Call me, dude.
Sounds real good.
But Johnny Manziel's doing the tour. I can't remember what he's promoting, but he has some sort of brand now because he's been on a couple different YouTube like golf podcasts kind of and playing the round of 18 with them and schlecking his brand. Definitely not sober, by the way, because I just watched a YouTube video with him.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Like pounding beers.
Okay, well, so there you go. I mean,
look, I believe that he's being at least half truthful here. So I'm sure he's being half truthful, at least that about being sorry. I'm sure he has regrets. The admission that there was a bag man, I believe all of it. I believe that there was a $3 million backdoor deal. I believe everything up to the point of I didn't know anything about it.
I look at Johnny Manziel as a privileged, kind of dangerous person. I just look at him as a guy who grew up, and I mean, whether you grow up rich or poor, that's not what privilege is. Privilege is when you're entitled, you feel entitled, and then also people then sort of allow you to continue down that path of entitlement. Like it doesn't sound like his parents slowed it down. It felt like they added fuel to that fire. Texas A&M certainly didn't. His first and real wake-up call was failing miserably at the NFL level. And now it feels like anybody along his way who he had any illicit activities or interactions with, they're going to get brought down with him so his profile can raise in these tell-all moments. I mean, it's kind of despicable behavior the more I think about it. I look, again, if he's struggling with his sobriety right now, and this is the aftermath of that, and he's on his way to finding greener pastures at some point, I wish the best for him. But if it means that he's going to take people down along his path, that sucks. I mean, it's just absolutely awful. I don't know. I don't even know if he's trying to get sober. I don't know if he's interested in that. I don't know what the purpose of all this is, but people are going to get hurt along the way. Johnny Manziel doesn't seem like all that great of a guy.
Right. And that's also why I question all of this well, I guess we all are.
Like, the veracity.
What's the end game here? What are you looking for?
I don't know.
Because if it was sobriety, if you were going, hey, I'm on step whatever, 8 of 12.
Yeah, I got to say my apologies or whatever.
I get it. But yeah, just, I mean, it's like, why do you want to take everyone else down in your wake?
Yeah, strange situation here. But look, Club Shay Shay, Shannon Sharp, I got to give him credit.
That's the coolest podcast set I've ever seen.
Well, and he's got Cat Williams.
So far.
Yeah, he's got Cat Williams with the tell-all recently, where he like kind of gave the inside scoop on how he feels.
And like the Illuminati.
Yeah, like the Hollywood and comedy works and
babies.
Yeah, he's getting some controversial figures on his podcast recently. We'll see where this goes, but Manziel, the next in line. All right, coming up next, the wait is over. Yeah, we'll give you an update. Also, is the clone ever as good as the original? 2 stories we need to get to, but before we run, want to talk to you about my feet over at the Good Feet store. They got my arches right. The arch supports that I slide into my shoes every day. It helps my lower back pain, hip pain, knee pain that I've been dealing with for years. It's virtually disappeared. I have so many good days now. And what I mean by that, anybody who's struggled with ankle pain, foot pain, knee pain, hip pain, back pain, they know what I'm talking about. You wake up and you feel awful certain days. You're just like, gosh, I mean, why is my knee hurting? All I did was fall asleep. What did I do in the middle of the night? Sometimes it's your neck. What's crazy about the Good Feet store arch supports is it helps your posture so much. Even if you're struggling with upper back pain or neck pain, it can improve your posture so much that even that could fade. They've had great results there as well. But my testimonial is I went in there, did not know anything about the Good Feet store, had my free consultation, my free fitting, my free test walk, and I walked away from there with these arch supports in my shoes, thinking to myself, look, we were just talking about being skeptical. I was like, this isn't going to work. And then within a week, it started working. Within a month, a lot of the pain that I was just describing disappeared. So if you're like me and you wake up with lower body joint pain and you want it to go away and you're looking for a non-surgical option, maybe you're heading in for your MRI today and you're saying, man, I wish I didn't have to go down this path. Trust me, get to the Good Feet store and try them first. They have 200 plus locations around the United States, 30 plus years of experience. Head to goodfeet.com. That's goodfeet.com. Coming up next, is the clone ever as good as the original? We discuss on the other side. Fun San Diego Sports 760. Still to come in the show, we're going to be interviewing the Winthrop University cornhole coach. That is a true statement.
Oh, yeah.
Dusty Thompson jumping on the show.
It's our time.
This is our time to shine. We have some big plans, and it's all sort of gravitating around cornhole.
Mm-hmm.
We can't talk about many of them yet. This kind of does feel in some ways like the big game tailgate party.
It does.
Yeah. We're going to keep this a little close to our vest for now.
Definitely in its infancy stage.
Yeah,
we're just planting seeds.
Right.
All over the
Right.
city.
Yeah.
Right.
Let's see if they start to grow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
No big deal. No big deal.
I feel like some are already sprouting. That's all I'm saying.
One's already sprouted for sure.
Yeah.
God, we just planted that thing
In a big
2
way.
days ago.
In a big way.
Come on.
So check this out. Headline: players can start opting in to EA Sports College Football 25. So the game is back. I believe the last year was college football 20. You're the video game expert. Was it 17?
But the last one that I didn't play it. The last one that I owned was probably 2000. Actually, may have been 96.
Oh, okay.
May have been that far back. Yeah.
14 was the last
14.
one.
There you go.
14 was the last
That's
one.
probably the one you got paid for, Rich.
It might have been. Yeah. So
Wow.
For those who don't know, college football was a hugely successful game. About 10 years ago, they disbanded it because they were not playing fair in terms of using athletes' name, images, and likeness. They went to court. This was a class action lawsuit. Ben just alluded to. A lot of players got paid out. It wasn't very much in terms of per player, but the overall hit that EA Sports took was enormous. It was an enormous amount of money that they owed. So now for over 11,000 college football players, Thursday will be the first chance to opt into, meaning today, EA Sports new college football game. And many are. It gives players an opportunity to opt out also.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm curious to see if players do that, like how many and how big of names.
Why would you opt out?
Not enough money.
Yeah.
So they're offering every player across the board even money. It's $600. However, they're also offering players on most campuses, like one or two individuals per team, to do different promotions at the school where they have a pop-up tent and they're able to sell the game to students at the school, and they'll get NIL deals on top of that for who knows how much money. So eventually this could lead to a situation where you have like a Caleb Williams, say this was last year. He was on the cover of the game. His NIL might be worth a lot more than the $600, but from linemen to special teamers to everybody that opts into this, and they'll give that opportunity to, I believe, 58 players from each Division I program, they're able to just cash that $600 immediately.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't seem like much, but I guess to me, if I was playing college ball, well, I guess I would never have been an elite player if I were ever to be in college. It would never be in my head. So I'm thinking, well, it's cool. I'm in a game.
Hey,
Yeah.
$600 and a free copy of the game.
That is correct.
Valued at
That is
$70.
correct.
So I watched a video on this last
By
night.
the way, the $600 plus the game valued at $70 now puts you over the $600 threshold of how much they can pay you. So you have to pay taxes on that. So if you could just pay me $5.99 and I'd buy my own game, I'd be a lot better.
I watched a video on this last night of a Madden gamer. Like, that's what he's done the last 4 or 5 years, and he's made good money at it. But he was talking about the fact that NCAA football, like back in 2014, the beauty of it was it always pushed Madden to be a little bit better because they were competing back and forth with each other. And they're different game styles. Like, they're different game plays. The way you call plays is different. There's different career mode stuff, but the game mechanics of it. And so the biggest complaint about Madden over the last 4 or 5 years is that they've kind of gotten lazy. And now everyone's excited that Madden's going to get that kick in the ass again because of the popularity of the EA franchise for NCAA football, and it's going to make everyone better.
Well, it's made by the same company.
Right.
Which would be two people. It'd be like us competing against Frankie V across the hall creating a game. So, you know, they have to do things that differentiate each other from each other, but also be the same. I mean, it's the same platform.
I mean, we're trying to kick Frankie V's ass every single morning.
And we do.
Yeah.
And we will at EA Sports too.
He's now afraid of us.
That's true.
When I walk past, he shrinks, he cowers.
Mm-hmm.
All right, coming up next. By the way, I would have opted in.
Yeah.
I would have absolutely.
I would have $600.
$600. Thank you very, very much.
Right.
I would have totally opted in. All right, coming up next. The biggest decision in franchise history coming up for one NFL team. Also, everyone rips off this show. Everybody rips off our show. And we got to talk cornhole with Dusty Thompson. Look, we're very busy in the 7 o'clock hour. But before we get to a word of that, Travis, you were riding in style this morning when you came cruising into the parking lot.
You're damn right.
Were you bumping Ferg again?
I was actually bumping Nelly Furtado. Yeah.
Standing at the blank space before me, open up the dirty window.
Yeah, I mean, so you heard it on the way in.
I did.
Good. And I was doing that through some Bose speakers in my GMC truck, which listen, I love to drive around, man. It is my daily driver. It's my grocery getter. And I love North County Cadillac GMC. I'm telling you, it's the best place to go. In fact, I was pulling in my driveway the other day. It was Tuesday, day after President's Day. My neighbor comes up and he's like, hey, man, I got to wait for the next sale. I need to go get a new truck. And I'm like, what are you talking about? He goes, well, I missed the President's Day sale down at North County Cadillac GMC. I'm like, man, if you're just considering a new vehicle, you're just considering a new truck, go down there. See my friend Jamie, the GM. They're offering President's Day savings all month long, not just on the new stuff, but the pre-owned models as well. And don't just take it from me. I'm not the only one sitting here giving great reviews to North County Cadillac GMC. I love this one right here. Bought a new truck for my wife. My wife was able to arrange everything online before we came in, and we walked away with a brand new 2024 Sierra. My wife absolutely loves it. Smooth, painless process, awesome truck. Best of all, happy wife, happy life. And look, this is what I'm talking about. You don't want to go to a dealer where you spend half a day there and then you walk away without the deal you're looking for or without a vehicle and because you couldn't get the deal. I mean, it's absolutely maddening. You can start the process online at North County Cadillac GMC. You can make it so quick, so easy when they go in, and I guarantee you, you're going to get the best deal possible. They're going to take care of you. And then, best of all, you're going to be driving away in possibly a new Sierra, right? You're going to go, this is the best truck on planet Earth. Go ahead and sit in one. Go ahead and take one for a test drive. I promise you, you're not walking away without one. There's a reason why North County Cadillac GMC was voted San Diego's best domestic auto dealer in the San Diego Union Tribune Readers Poll. Experience the difference for yourself. Stop by North County Cadillac GMC in the heart of the Escondido Auto Mall today. North County Cadillac GMC, exceeding your expectations every time.
It's hour 2 on Big Rich, TD, and Fletch. This update presented by Silk. Feel plenty good. Shop wherever you find groceries. We'll begin with Padres baseball today, marking the first game of the 2024 spring training. Padres taking on the Dodgers at the Peoria Sports Complex. First pitch at 12:10. Padres adjacent story here. Former Padre Eric Hosmer announcing his retirement from Major League Baseball yesterday. However, the Padres are still on the hook for the $26 million they owe him over the next 2 seasons. Over in the NBA, pretty much everyone in action tonight. After the All-Star break, listen to the Lakers and Warriors tonight at 7, following the Brian Dutcher Coaches Show, starting at 6 right here on San Diego Sports 760. Silk's delicious plant-based beverages help bring a daily dose of goodness to help you feel plenty good. They're rich in calcium and a good source of vitamins A and D to support the health of you and your family. Shop wherever you find groceries. Big Rich, TD, and Fletch, hour 2 on a Thursday here on the short week. We have some ticket giveaways coming up. Pair of tickets to see Lainey Wilson at the North Island Credit Union Amphitheater on August 23rd. Tickets and info at livenation.com, or keep listening to win. We did a video yesterday with our Lainey Wilson giveaway of Wilson or another famous Wilson, doing quotes between the two. We got a special way to give those away today coming up in the 8 o'clock hour. We also have a pair of tickets to Shamrock St. Paddy's Day Music and Beer Festival coming up on March 16th. The tradition returns as authentic Irish celebrations take over the streets of San Diego's historic Gaslamp Quarter District. Tickets and info at sandiegoshamrock.com. Keep listening for your chance to win. That coming up a little bit later on this hour. As Rich and Travis have left, and I don't know where they went, we'll do a little Aztecs basketball here, I guess, because the Brian Dutcher Coach Show is coming up at 6 o'clock tonight. And it stinks what happened a couple nights ago against Utah State, because the Aztecs, it kind of feels like, gave up their shot at a regular season Mountain West championship with that loss. Utah State now having the inside track. But the good news that happened was, well, Utah State can still lose to a couple other teams that are coming up on the schedule. Yeah, guys, we're back. Utah State still has New Mexico at Utah State, which makes it a little trickier because they haven't lost at home very much this year. But it's going to be weird to see San Diego polling for New Mexico a little bit later on in a couple weeks as the Mountain West Conference schedule finishes up.
Are you doing your morning monologue?
No, dude, I just did a freaking 3 minutes solo. Where the hell were you guys?
Sorry. Okay, hold on. Okay. So in China, Starbucks has decided that they're going to sell pork-flavored coffee.
Yeah.
Because of the Lunar New Year, and that pork flavor, or I guess the pork flavor, promotes prosperity for the new year. So this is this tie-in. So Shanghai Starbucks is selling these pork-flavored coffees. Sarah down the hall decided to make some.
Okay, so you both went and cheated on your show with a different station,
Well,
leaving the first 3 minutes of our most popular hour vacant with just me. I'm fine with it. Just priorities, boys. Priorities.
Look.
Yeah, you make a strong argument. Yeah. And also, that was one of the most revolting things I've ever done in my life.
Oh, 1,000%.
We need a
You want to try it? There's 2 cups sitting right out there.
Dude, yeah. Don't do it. I don't even want to see your face. I just watching Travis do it, I almost tossed my cookies. All right, we're enough about that. Oh, God. You know what? In fact, let's do one of our own challenges. So yesterday, we played the sound earlier today. We were sharing a clip from TikTok. It went viral years ago, I'm pretty sure, but Fletch dug it up yesterday of the Sprite challenge in the front seat of the car, the 2 girls who sip it. The one girl who, she sounds like she has an Australian accent.
Right.
She chugs the Sprite and she moans like almost. Here, listen to this. And then she lets out that
depths of hell.
All right, so which one of the 3 of us is going to make the sex sound?
Is that required?
Yeah. Do you have to? Do you have to moan?
I don't think she meant to.
I'm going to tell you, it's going to be hard to chug this.
Yeah.
I mean, a 20-ounce bottle of Sprite's going to be a little rough.
I'm flipping around the camera. Okay. We're going to do this all together.
Okay. All together now.
We're going to try to fit ourselves in. Our fat faces in the frame.
Good. There we go. That's better.
Here we go. Okay. So it's a Sprite challenge. Here it is. You chug it, and then I guess you try to chug the whole thing. Is that the goal, Fletch? Okay, here we go.
Is Fletch coming in?
Yeah, he's coming in. Okay.
Get over here.
All right.
Can we put labels down? Is that for the NIL money?
Yep.
Yeah.
I turn turn off the music. Run back in there.
Ooh. Oh, so you can get the
we
full
don't
flavor.
We do not need the music for this one. Trust me. As much as I love the tango or the foxtrot, whatever we're playing, royalty free, of course. There we go.
Abrupt in.
Yeah. That's okay. That's okay.
All right. Fletch walking back in the studio now. Caps off the Sprite. All 3 caps off.
All right.
And here we go. Cheers.
Cheers,
to the
boys.
Sprite challenge.
Let's do it. Oh no, that hurts. Ow. Ow. Oh no. Dude, it's trapped. The first one came out. Oh, my eyes are tearing.
I'm still trying to get it down.
Dude.
I don't think I can do anymore.
I'm so nervous about Fletch throwing up on us.
Had to go hard.
Oh, no.
There, I got it. I got her down. That was not an easy chug.
Ow. Oh.
Wow. I mean, it burns. It burns the eyes.
Oh.
Wow.
Singes the senses.
Yeah. Tings the nostrils.
Oh,
Wait,
no.
Fletch, you're like a third into the thing.
Oh.
My tummy's so full.
That was terrible. Okay. Oh, no. Okay. That was way.
Okay.
Dude, what?
We did it.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean,
I don't know if anybody benefited from that. I know I didn't. Oh no.
I had a silent burning through my
Have
eyes.
you burped yet?
Yeah, just but it was very it was very silent and just my eyes burned.
Oh god. Okay.
Well,
okay. There's going to be more where that came from. Okay. Well, that was terrible.
next time we'll do 2-liter bottles.
Yeah.
All right.
Did you guys actually finished yours?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How did that not hurt your tummy?
What? How are you only halfway through?
It did. Wait,
Yeah.
you're chug that last bit. Go.
Go, 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 go. There's still 2 swallows in there. Good Lord.
So gross. This was such a bad idea.
Huh.
Oh my god. Turn your mic on.
This was better than the 999.
Oh my
I
god.
mean, yeah, I mean, there's. Oh, you did it. Nicely done.
Wow.
Nicely done.
Oh my! I could like feel bubbles in my stomach.
Yeah, I'm very full. I mean, it's a lot at one time.
Which is a perfect segue to talk to you about sdfatloss.com.
You guys sweaty? I'm sweaty.
Yeah.
You know, I am getting a little sweaty, like meat sweats almost.
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe it's the coffee.
Yeah. We will have great prosperity.
Yes, we will.
In the year of the dragon.
Wait,
All right.
why is it pork in the year of the dragon?
I have no idea. None of what just happened so far today has made much sense.
Huh.
So I'm just going to keep rolling with the punches here. Coming up in just a little bit, we're going to have a way for you to win Lainey Wilson tickets. If you want to see the country music star at North Island Credit Union Amphitheater, she's going to be playing in August. We got tickets available for your win. Also, Shamrock, the St. Patty's Day celebration in the Gaslamp Quarter. We're going to have tickets for that as well. And coming up in just a little bit, you're going to hear from the quarterback that everybody has questions about this offseason in the NFL. But before that,
Are you guys okay?
No.
I'm fine. This is like the one thing I did okay with.
Yeah, my stomach hurts from chugging it too fast. Other than that, I'm okay.
I forgot that we did the Pocky one chip challenge. Like apparently my brain has pushed that out of life.
Yeah,
that was not good.
I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, I forgot that we did that. These are all your ideas, Fletch. Why do you want to do this?
Because I scour the internet for what's trending and what's next.
Yeah.
So
yeah. And so we did the Sprite challenge.
So we did the Pocky one chip challenge a year and a half too late. Did the Sprite challenge 3 years after it was popular.
You're killing the game,
You're
man.
welcome.
But first, let's get to morning monologues. I'll go first here, and I'll let Fletch recover. We'll go to TD next because he's having the easiest time with the Sprite challenge, which we just did. This is actually amazing. This is the first time I feel like TD has absolutely crushed the challenge on air.
Bring it.
Why is beer so much easier to chug than Sprite?
I don't know.
It's really carbonated.
Yeah, that was terrible. Did not sit well. Still isn't. But before we get to the quarterback I was talking about, my focus of the monologue is quarterbacks in the offseason. I don't know what it is, but when the NFL offseason hits, all I want to hear about is breaking quarterback news. Whether it's Russell Wilson, will he or won't he be a Broncos quarterback next year, or Kirk Cousins. Like, I mean, Kirk Cousins, he's just like somebody's dad in the offseason. But for whatever reason, like it excites me. Is he going to be a Pittsburgh Steeler? Like, I mean, I think about the Steelers. I mean, they have 3 quarterbacks that nobody wants. They missed on Kenny Pickett. Who's going to be their next guy? I look at what's happening around the league with the Patriots, with a lot of these quarterback needy teams, the Commanders, and any little morsel, any little nugget that comes up. I mean, those are the articles I'm clicking on. Caleb Williams coming out, Drake May coming out. It's a loaded class of quarterbacks. It's just that time of year. It is like, to me, it is the what do they call it? The Bachelor at Aftermath. Who was it? Andy Cohen does it.
The reunion.
The
reunion shows. You know, where they're all gossiping about what happened over the course of the season.
By the way, I don't know if you guys caught the end of Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Woo!
The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills reunion shows. Like,
they're electric.
That's what the NFL offseason feels like.
Next Wednesday is reunion show number 1. Not that I know.
Did you hear what Sean Payton said about Russell
Would
Wilson?
be hilarious. If they got him all up on a stage.
Oh my God. And Cam Newton, he's not even playing anymore. And you know what he said about Brock? Yeah.
Run the tape.
Yeah, right. Exactly. Run the tape.
I'm in so much pain.
I don't know why I love this so much. Anyways, that's my monologue today. Just for our show, but when it's content I provide, it's going to be about NFL quarterbacks and gossip and rumors.
Good.
I can't help myself.
I like it.
Oh, you got TD.
What I got is, I've been thinking a lot about the Padres and, you know, this Eric Hosmer deal that they still got to pay him $26 million now. He's not even playing in the league. They still owe him $26 million bucks. Their situation on the pitching, you know, area of the game here, you know, what players are going to come in, how are they going to look, what's the season going to look like, and this house that the Padres built. And I kept thinking, the house the Padres built, and I went directly to Pee-wee's Playhouse. Was that actually his house, or was that just a playhouse? Also, the weird jagged door, the front door, which I liked as a kid, but now looking at it as an adult, I think, I mean, it's kind of unsafe. Also, yeah, and it has like a peephole that's the size of a dinner plate. So in inclement weather, I mean, there is rain and sleet and snow and hail coming right into the playhouse. Also, was there a kitchen ever? There's a lot of questions.
Pee-wee's Playhouse?
Yeah.
That's where you took the morning monologue? You went from the Padres clubhouse to Pee-wee's Playhouse?
Yeah. Yeah, it seems like...
Actually,
like a good connection.
You know, talking about how like the NFL offseason reminds me of the Real Housewives reunion shows.
Right.
If the Padres clubhouse, if they invested in making it look more like Pee-wee's Playhouse, I would like the Padres more.
Holy smokes.
Can you imagine you have the chair that talks?
Cherry,
yeah.
Yeah. Cherry. Now, look, hold on. So you've connected.
Eric Hosmer used to sit on my face, and now he's not here.
Mecca-like-a-hidey-ho. So hold on. You have gone NFL and Real Housewives.
Uh-huh.
I've gone Padres and Pee-wee's Playhouse. Fletch, if you don't have a house connection, we failed.
I mean, the house that is my body is in pain right now
Well,
from that
body's
Sprite
your
challenge.
My body's a temple.
Like
that's right.
every inch of me, I don't know. This is not good. Don't do the Sprite
There's
challenge.
like an inch more. Of
This
you.
is
like
worse.
an inch and 3/4.
This is worse than the Pocky One Chip Challenge.
No, it is not.
I swear to God.
You're out of your mind.
No.
You are out of your
Aftermath
mind.
of the Pocky One Chip Challenge, like 2 hours later, was worse, and I feel like I'll be fine in 20 minutes. But right now, I'm in the hurt box.
What?
Wow.
Double
From
shout outs.
Sprite?
Yeah, dude. I'm
No.
hurting.
No,
I swear.
no
dude,
way.
It feels like I have
Although-
abs right now because of how tight my tummy is.
Maybe you did the Pocky One Chip Challenge really wrong, because that was awful.
It was awful like 2 hours later, but I started eating ice cream right away.
Oh yeah, I guess that's true.
I lasted like 49 seconds.
But it took you like 3 minutes to drink a Sprite.
And I'm not doing good.
A Sprite.
Yeah. A couple shout outs for my morning monologue.
I feel like back in like the ancestral cave times, like Fletch would not have made the bloodline would not have made it very long.
No chance.
We would have eaten him. I mean, Sprite is what they give children when their stomach is upset.
I don't know what to tell you guys. I just know what I'm feeling right now, and you can believe me or not believe me, but I feel not good.
Wow. 20 ounces of 20 ounces of Sprite.
Couple shout outs for my morning log. First one is to listener Paris. We love you, dude. You're going through it this morning. I know it. Good luck to you and your wife. I hope everything is going okay. Second shout out, big brother Alex. How about the Fresno City Lady Rams? They go undefeated their entire regular conference schedule, win the Central Valley Conference, heading to state soon. Good luck, Al. I watched the entire game last night. Very funny moment. We talked about the Super Bowl props, right?
Yeah.
Where what color was the Gatorade bath going to be? So big brother Alex got a Gatorade bath last night.
It was a water bath.
It might have been water, but they dumped the whole thing on him.
Clear was the answer.
So what's funny
Sprite
is afterwards, like on a football field, it works because it starts to immediately soak into the grass, right? Yeah. On the basketball court, on the hardwood, it's just liquid. 5 different girls on his team all slipped and fell right on their backs. Well, then they did the penguin slide.
The video that you sent us of Alex getting the Gatorade bath, your brother, and yeah, congratulations to the City College ladies basketball team. Because it was fun to watch the celebration, but immediately as the video is ending that you sent to us last night, one of the girls is in the middle of slipping and falling. Like
they were all falling. And then they all did the penguin slide across the court. It was an awesome night for them. Awesome night for Big Brother. And I'll see the whole family on Friday.
You know who's not having like an awesome offseason, although he sounds like he is Justin Fields. So Justin Fields is on his rookie contract with the Chicago Bears. And when you look at the NFL and you look at quarterbacks in the NFL, Justin Fields is in the top half, I would argue. And if not, he's right on the borderline. Because there's a lot of starting quarterbacks like Kenny Pickett, for example, Ryan Tannehill, whatever else they had in Tennessee, Will Levis, Malik Willis. Like there's a lot of teams that are searching. Sam Howell, Desmond Ridder. Like these are starting quarterbacks throughout the course of the season who did not play very well. But Justin Fields did. He had like a 5 or 6 game stretch down the stretch of the Bears season to cap off the season where he was playing like a top quarterback in the league. Now, I'm not saying it was all perfect. He's been often injured. But Justin Fields is not a bad quarterback. I think that's a mischaracterization.
No, I don't think he's a bad quarterback. I like Justin Fields. At times, he's electric. He's fun to watch. I think he should have brought a lot to the Bears. It just hasn't worked. They haven't given him a lot of support. I think they wanted Justin Fields just to be the fix, and he's not quite the fix.
Yeah.
So he's not a Patrick Mahomes where he's just making magic happen out of nothing. He's not even not yet, at least I should say, a Lamar Jackson where the run game is so electric that you don't know how to stop it. But he's a great quarterback. It just doesn't work in Chicago.
Yeah, and truthfully, if you flip-flopped at the same times in their lives, Lamar Jackson and Justin Fields, and gave them the system fit, vice versa kind of, right? If you put Justin Fields as he started his career in Baltimore with John Harbaugh and that system and those players, and you took Lamar Jackson, you put him in Chicago, I feel like the results would have been similar. Yeah, I don't think Lamar Jackson, you win that many more games than Justin Fields has in Chicago, because I just think it's a bad system fit right now for the type of quarterback that Fields or Lamar Jackson is. But I digress to bring you back to the point. This offseason could be really turbulent for him. And it just got released earlier in the week that he unfollowed the Bears and he's not even following the NFL. So he addressed all this on the St. Brown Brothers podcast, where how do you pronounce his name? Equiminius
St. Brown and Amon-Ra St. Brown.
They have this podcast together. 2 of the best names in sports, by the way. And they welcome on, and in the case of EQ, it's his teammate, Justin Fields. And here's what he said about all of this stuff circulating him right now. Interesting.
I don't buy that at all.
You don't?
No.
It's sending
No.
a message. It's going out of your way to click a button that you don't have to click to send a message to the team that you're not happy with something.
If you're if you, I don't know, break up with your girlfriend, then you stop following them. It feels like a breakup to me. You know, it's not. It's I don't follow that anymore. I don't want to see it.
Here's what's weird. I can buy the answer from this standpoint. Like I too, there are times where look, all we do is talk sports on this show. Well, I shouldn't say all we do. We have other interests.
We
And
chug Sprites.
We chug Sprites. We have we bring other things to the table. But there are times where all I want is to have a fresh feed where it sort of clears your brain. Like especially if you take a deep breath and you get away for a week on vacation where you're not all that interested in reading the constant updates, especially if you're the starting quarterback of the Chicago Bears and all everybody is talking about. He mentioned it right there is, who are you drafting, Caleb, or we love Fields? Like, I mean, it's got to get tiresome at some point, especially when you are the topic of conversation.
It seems like it's extra work that I wouldn't go through. Of like, I got to go to the Bears page, I mean, specifically and say unfollow. Then I have to go to the NFL page specifically and say unfollow. Not that it takes a lot of work, but just those 2 added steps, I'm like, I don't know, scroll past it.
Can I tell you what I've been thinking about with Justin Fields? And this is not me trying to start a Niners conversation, I promise. But for all the smack that gets talked about Brock Purdy with, oh, well, he fell into the perfect situation, which I'd argue is true. Like, he wouldn't be as good of a quarterback had he not fallen into San Francisco. Why do we not give the same grace to Justin Fields? Because he fell into a pretty terrible situation with no offensive line, no real weapons until they made some trades. Even the one really good weapon he had in DJ Moore, they shipped off. So, like, when you look at with the Bears, what it actually takes to make a real team around him, Justin Fields has gotten the crappy end of the stick since he started off, and he's still been putting up good numbers.
Well, you're talking about 2 things that are similar in some ways, but different in others. The way they're similar is, look, Justin Fields was a first-round draft pick. So that comes with a huge amount of expectations. You're supposed to be the guy who helps change the fortunes of this franchise forever. Especially when they spend a high amount of draft capital getting you. With Brock Purdy, I mean, he kind of lucked into a good situation. He gets drafted last pick in the draft to a team that's on a huge incline with a stable culture and a lot of weapons around him. I mean, he has to have talent. There's no question about it. But with that comes a lot of responsibility and a lot of expectation too. So it's kind of two sides of the same starting quarterback coin. I get what you're saying.
But why doesn't Justin Fields get a pass?
Because of the expectation. Because if you're a Bears fan and you're like, oh my God, we got Justin Fields, or you're like, oh, or you're on the other side of it on draft day where you're like, I can't believe we drafted Justin Fields. Either what he's done so far is fulfilling your argument, or and potentially on either side, because he's kind of rode the line.
And then, like, I think about Trevor Lawrence, the first overall supposed to be the savior coming in. Well, Jacksonville has a good team around Trevor Lawrence, and he still hasn't produced the results. So if someone's getting the shade this offseason, I think you look away from Justin Fields, look at Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah.
But they're not going to move off of him.
Well, and also, again, the Bears have an insanely high draft pick. The Jacksonville Jaguars aren't picking first overall. So all of that, you got to remember, timing is everything in this world. Like, the Bears won so few games. Well, I should say the Carolina Panthers won so few games that they're on the clock first. And so that's the reason why everybody's talking about Justin Fields, because they have a monumental decision to make. Do they stick with Fields, or do they trade him and go after Caleb Williams? We'll see. A lot to be discussed there. A lot to be discussed with our next guest, Dusty Thompson, cornhole coach, Winthrop University. They have the first 2 ever scholarship cornholers coming to Winthrop. We'll discuss it with Coach on the other side. Big Rich, TD, and Fletch.
cornhole now a college sport, and the first scholarships have been given out to Winthrop University. We're going to talk with the coach out there, Dusty Thompson, coming up next.
This update is presented by Silk. Feel plenty good. Shop wherever you find your groceries. Starting off with Padres baseball today marks the first game of the 2024 spring training year as Padres take on the Dodgers at the Peoria Sports Complex. First pitch 12:10. Eric Hosmer has retired. However, the $26 million that the Padres owe him over the next two years do not come off the books. And in the NBA, pretty much everyone is in action tonight after the All-Star break. Listen to Lakers Warriors tonight at 7. Following the Brian Dutcher Coaches Show right here on San Diego Sports 760. Dutch's show gets going at 6. Feel plenty good by incorporating Silk into your morning routine. Silk's delicious plant-based beverages help bring a daily dose of goodness. They are rich in calcium and a good source of vitamins A and D to support the health of you and your family. Shop wherever you find groceries.
Yeah, man, rolling through a Thursday here. Big Rich TD and Flex, San Diego Sports 760. We still have a pair of tickets to go see Lainey Wilson at the North Island Credit Union Amphitheater. That's happening August 23rd. Tickets and info at livenation.com. Or you can just keep listening for your chance to win those. We also have a pair of tickets to the Shamrock St. Patty's Day Music and Beer Festival coming up on March 16th. Tradition returns as an authentic Irish celebration takes over the streets of San Diego's historic Gaslamp Quarter District. Just tickets and info. God, I can't speak, man. I can't speak. At SanDiegoShamrock.com, or just keep listening for your chance to win. Now, in the news.
Yeah. It's a couple of Colorado stud athletes making their way to the college ranks.
That's right.
Nobody thought it could be done. And all of a sudden it was. Look, there has to be a first. Right. You know, we've landed on the moon. We passed the Donner Pass with Manifest Destiny. Great things Americans have done over the course of time. The next, and maybe not the final frontier, but the next frontier, cornhole.
That's right.
Cornhole on college campuses. Winthrop University head cornhole coach Dusty Thompson joining us on the show, who welcomed in these two Colorado student athletes as the first two ever. Now, are they scholarship athletes that you accepted to Winthrop? Was that the deal, or did they just sign a letter of intent? How did this all work, Dusty?
No, sir. They definitely have they definitely have a scholarship coming to Winthrop. Yes, sir. We're just getting started, just building this program. We're trying to build the biggest, the most elite program in the entire country. So right now we are starting up. We are able to offer them a little over half of what their scholarship, what their tuition would cost. So right now they can still, apply for other scholarships and get other scholarships to get more money. But right now they are the biggest and the best in the entire country and possibly college and high school. So we went after them first, and they are paving the way for these children to come.
Gavin Hammond and Jackson Remick. That's who signed there. Now, look, we are card-carrying members, or at least I am, of the American Cornhole League 4 years in a row now, Dusty. So we ourselves trying to get into the professional sport of cornhole. What does Gavin and Jackson have that you guys saw and went, yeah, that's what we need here. That's what we need on this team?
So just a little backstory on them. I'll get to that in 1 second. They actually won the high school championship back to back. They didn't come this year because it was so pricey. But the 2 years prior to that, they showed up to the high school championship and they won back to back. So that was the first thing I saw in them. But the other thing is they have the ACL keeps track of points per round. So every bag that goes in the hole, every bag that's on the board, every bag that's on the floor is tracked. So their points per round is extremely high, considering they play what we like to call a dirty game. They play defense. They like to block the hole. They like to make you take a shot that you don't want to take a shot. And then after that, they'll push right through it, or they'll roll right over top of it and leave the bag sitting there to make your next shot just as difficult. So when I saw the way these kids played, it was a no-brainer that needed to be my first recruits.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so you're getting us fired up here because you're getting into the lingo. Did you just say block the hole is like that? Is that like a part of the lingo? What other lingo for like the beginner cornholer? I don't even know if that's what you call them. What do you call yourselves? Are you a cornholer? Are you a cornhole player?
Amateur cornholer?
Yeah. Give us. I mean, we need the full download.
So right now, I guess it's just a cornhole player. I mean, I don't think anybody wants to call themselves a cornholer, but
there's where you're wrong.
You never know. I mean, somebody might want to, but I personally don't want to be called that. But yeah, they're cornhole players, and that's going to be my term, and that's what I'm sticking to. I don't want my kids referred to as cornholers.
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
Well, the three of us are trying to become cornholers, Dusty, and as starting out, how many hours tossing bags per day do we need to do if we want to get to the level of pro, or at least be respectable?
So I will say this: those kids have been playing for 2 years, and we have pros that have been playing for 10 years. And these kids are picking it up a lot quicker than adults are. I guess when you're younger, you pick up stuff. No difference than riding a bike. If you've not rode a bike when you're an adult, you try to get on one. It's not going to be pretty. But these kids are just picking it up a lot faster. If you're an adult, it's going to take you a little bit longer to pick up stuff. But these kids, they just pick stuff up so fast, and they're progressing the cornhole game extremely fast compared to most other pro players.
Man,
yeah, I'm looking up some lingo here, Dusty. A cornholer is a person obsessed with playing the game of cornhole. Bingo. We're all cornholers, including yourself, Dusty.
Yeah, no, and I very much so associate with that term. What else you got in terms of lingo?
How about this one? How about the back door? Huh? A cornhole that scores over a blocker. Or Dusty, can you tell us what a dingleberry is?
Oh yeah.
No, I'm not getting into that because I've never heard that one. I don't want to hear it.
Well, that's a bag that's hanging and ready to drop into the hole.
Yeah, I feel like maybe you went to the wrong website.
Are you sure?
Let's start with Urban Dictionary.
I'm at cornholeaddicts.com.
I'm just, I want to know where you guys are getting this info because some of these terms I've never heard of.
Wait, what about what do you call it when, I guess in basketball you'd call it a swish, where you don't touch any part of the cornhole? What is that called?
That is called an airmail.
Airmail, there it is.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Okay.
Also, that is technically the cornhole, right?
I mean, it depends on who's saying it.
Okay. All right.
Dusty, do you have a nickname? Like, we were trying to come up with it earlier in the show. Like, what if he calls himself like Dusty Bags Thompson?
Or, no, just call me Dusty Thompson. I don't need a nickname.
All right.
But I mean, Dusty Dirty Bags Thompson does sound good, man. That sounds real good.
Oh, Dusty, you've also been.
They do play dirty bags. The boys do play. Those two kids do play dirty bags. We actually just had another commit this morning. We got released to the public this morning. So we're getting more and more kids more interested in this. Getting a good chance to go into college off of this stuff that they might not have an opportunity to do any otherwise. But now they've got a way. We're paving a path for a new generation of kids that might not have been able to go to school to now go to school.
Now, Rich has no D1 eligibility left over because of his days playing college football, but CD and I are wide open. So you let us know if there's any openings for scholarships next year.
Absolutely. I'd love to have you guys.
Right now, you're hearing from Ben Shortbag Fletcher.
That's me.
Yeah,
That's right.
But you've bragged a lot about the kids, but you had a little bit of a pro career yourself, didn't you?
Yes, sir, I did. I played for about 4 years professionally before I stepped away. I stepped away to grow the Carolinas, and it turned into a college head coach.
That's awesome.
that's cool, man.
Yeah.
Yes,
well,
sir.
we're pumped for you, man. How many players do you field on a cornhole team?
So you can have as many as you want. Obviously, I'm building the program right now, and in my first year, my goal is to get it. I would say at least 10 players to build to actually be able to grow a strong background for the entire team for the future. I don't want to just go with two kids. I mean, obviously those kids are the strongest in the country, but I would like to build a program to where I have a strong backbone and just continue to make it an elite program.
Talking to head coach, head cornhole coach at Winthrop University, Dusty Thompson, does not go by a nickname, but if he did, Dirty Bags Thompson. That's a. But it's what injuries are associated with cornhole? Like what can we expect? Like some of these guys heading to the training room with like elbows, wrists.
I know it sounds crazy, but I've actually hurt myself throwing before trying a new. It's called a roll bag, and you got to twist your wrist at the end. And I actually hurt my elbow and had to. It sounds crazy, but I don't know if it was tennis elbow or what it was, but I definitely hurt something in my elbow. I don't know if it was a ligament or what, but outside of that, you shouldn't see anything unless you get a little too excited on the court and start jumping up and down.
Yeah. You don't want to twist a knee up. Yeah.
Now, Dusty, I don't know what your thoughts are here, but like when I go bowling, one of the great things about bowling is I can eat some nachos. I can drink some beer mid-game. Yeah. I mean, what are your thoughts on mid-game snacks while playing cornhole?
Yeah.
Hey, look, man, if there's a sponsor out there that wants to sponsor us to take a mid-game snack on TV, I'm all for it, man. I want to get these kids as much money as I can for the tuition as possible, whatever they have left over to pay.
Dude,
I'm all right with a mid-game snack.
This is the coolest thing I've ever heard in my life.
I want to join the team.
You are a head cornhole coach. I mean, the future is now. Okay, so we are, as we were speaking to you, I'm trying to sign up for the ACL. I'm not even kidding. I was on the American Cornhole League website, and I'm trying to get my membership updated here. Do you compete anymore at all, or you're sticking to coaching now? You're out of the game competing?
No, so actually, when I decided to pull my pro card, I won't say retire, but when I decided to pull my pro card to do what I'm doing now, I have not competed until 2 weekends ago, and I competed in what's called a blind draw. And outside of that, I have not competed, and don't plan on competing again for a while. I've been playing cornhole for over 15 years now. Most of the time, it was for fun and just meeting new people. It's a different type of atmosphere than any other sport I've played. When you come out to these events, if you come out enough, you meet people and you end up turning into family. And it also is really good for networking as well.
Yeah. Hey, do you call it the field or the pitch or the court? What do you call it? The cornhole?
The throw.
The cornhole throw. Hey, well, hey, Dusty, we'll see you on the throw, brother.
That's right.
We'll see you on the throw.
Yeah, if you ever make it out to California, we could use a few pointers, man. We got some ideas we're throwing together.
Yeah.
So there's a big tournament out there in California called Spencer McKenzie that you guys have the largest cornhole tournament in the world out there.
Spencer McKenzie. Now we're searching that. Yeah. Hey, Dusty, we have a lot of homework to do. Can we keep your phone number?
Yeah, well, you can keep my phone number. This isn't it because of all of the AT&T stuff going on, but you guys have my phone number. Yes, sir.
Yeah, right. Good.
All right. Well, guess what? We're going to be using it a lot. We'll be in touch, Dusty. Hey, buddy, good luck with the team. We hope that you field all the best and you guys go and win a championship. Thanks for your time this morning.
Yes, sir. That's the goal. Appreciate you guys.
There he goes. There he goes. Dusty Thompson, head cornhole coach at Winthrop University. I feel like we just talked to this is legendary stuff.
I feel like we just heard the plot of Kingpin 2.
Yeah. You don't want to get Munson out in the middle of the woods, do you?
Oh, I love it so much. I cannot wait.
Oh,
I
dude.
cannot wait till our ideas come to fruition.
Yeah, this is a big year for Big Rich, TD, and Fletch. It's a bigger year for cornhole. All right. Tons to break down after that conversation on the other side. Also, everybody's been ripping off our show. It's happened again. It's happened again. We'll get to that on the other side. All right, coming up next, man, a lot to talk about after chatting with the Winthrop University head cornhole coach, and we got a tournament to play, and that's next. 60. Just let the butterfly fly.
That's right.
That's what we've been
That's right.
saying.
So we were just told that we're the butterflies in a sea of darkness.
Yeah. Damn it, we're bringing our talents to the cornhole tournament up in Ventura County.
Whew.
Okay, so that's official.
The
Actually, it's not, even,
throwdown.
it's not even close to official. We have so much work to do. But I feel like enthusiastic for the first time about an athletic endeavor.
Like we can we pull this one off.
We need to start practicing.
I'll bring it in.
Dude,
Bring it here,
100%.
and it's gonna have to start being like an hour after every show. We gotta practice
Every day. We got to get our throws in, man.
We learned a hard lesson at the hardwood and balls class. We learned two things.
Why are we
One,
bringing this up?
well, hang on, because this is how you learn, Fletch. You got to break down film, self-scouting.
Oh, we're out of time.
No, hang on.
No, we got time for this.
We are legitimately out of time.
Well, we can start the next segment just a little late.
Yeah, so what I was
Well,
gonna
there's a
say,
legal ID.
what I was
As
gonna
long as
say,
we're within the first 5 minutes.
all I was gonna say is like Fletch. I failed you as a coach. Like I gave him 7-Eleven pizza the morning of the hardwood and ball classic.
Good though.
So what I never factored in
Yeah.
was that J Riff was actually going to be good at basketball.
I don't know
Well,
how you didn't
I
factor
thought
that
he was
in.
going to suck.
So, but we said that when we showed you his videos of him making shots, and then I don't know if you recall when he came in and he put on a dribbling display.
Yeah,
in
none of that
studio.
worried me.
You said that, but all of that transferred over to the court, and yours didn't.
Yeah,
Mm.
yeah.
He was a lot mentally tougher than I thought he would be.
And we do.
And I was very out of shape.
Yeah. That's the other thing.
Well-
We need it.
Hold on.
We're going to be in a lot better shape this time around.
Well, he's in a lot better shape right now.
That's what I'm saying.
I mean,
All thanks to sdfatloss.com.
come on.
Yeah.
SD Fat Loss. Was this one for me? Is that right?
No.
Oh, it's for Rich.
No, it's for
I didn't
me.
look at the grid.
Don't worry, it's not on there. Is it? All right.
Okay.
Actually, listen, the point is, gang,
Fighting over who's doing the read.
this time around, it's going to be different. Okay. Because
right.
we all lost a tremendous amount of weight with sdfatloss.com. Gone are the days where we're training for athletic competition. We're eating pizzas before.
Yeah, there's not mid-game Big Macs.
No,
Not anymore.
No. We've cleaned things up with Wayne and Chloe over at sdfatloss.com. So yeah, we used to prepare for athletic events with cheeseburgers, and now we know better. And it's because of the lifestyle changes that we made. In all seriousness, this works. I know we joke around a lot on the show, but we the three of us were super fat, and we talked to Wayne and Chloe, and then within a month we lost 30 pounds apiece. That's not a lie. Travis was hovering around 28 pounds down. I was over 35. Fletch was over 35 pounds down. We cumulatively lost in the first 30 days between the three of us over 100 pounds. It was absurd.
Mm-hmm.
And Fletch is down another 20. He's lost close to 50 pounds since we started with Wayne and Chloe. I'm still down 30 plus. So is Travis. This has been one of those amazing moments in your life where you look back and you go, oh yeah, we didn't realize we were doing it wrong the whole time. And you could be just like us. If you're struggling with weight loss, if you're yo-yo dieting where you lose a ton of weight and you gain it all back on these fad diets, trust us, we were just like you, and there's a way to change, and it's with sdfatloss.com, sdfatloss.com.
This update is presented by the new Banana Boat 360 coverage. We'll begin off this morning with Padres baseball today, marking the first game of 2024 spring training at Peoria Sports Complex. It's Padres-Dodgers, and we have a lineup. We will give it to you a little bit later on. Padres adjacent story here. Former Padre Eric Hosmer announcing his retirement from the league yesterday. However, the Padres are still going to be on the hook for $26 million that they still owe Eric Hosmer over the next 2 seasons. In the NBA, pretty much everyone in action tonight after the All-Star break. Listen to Lakers Warriors at 7 right here on 760, following the Brian Dutcher Coaches Show, which begins at 6 on 760. This sun season, Banana Boat is giving you a new way to spray. Introducing Banana Boat 360 coverage, better control for better coverage with a reusable sprayer and refill. From sport formula to kids, SPF 50+, shop Banana Boat 360 coverage at CVS.
Happy Thursday to those who celebrate. We certainly do here on Big Rich, TD and Fletch, San Diego Sports 760. And the way we celebrate, visions of sugar plums dancing in our head as we visit cornhole website after cornhole website. And we're just dreaming. We're imagining cornhole success.
Mm-hmm. What's cool is I'm buying a square body pickup.
Oh, dude, yeah. It looks like you have to own a square body pickup if you're going to compete in any of these cornhole events coming up on the calendar.
Am I a bad truck owner if I don't know what a square body pickup is?
A square body is like the ones that are like from late 70s to early 90s.
Like super boxy.
Yeah, boxy.
You know, they don't have any rounded fenders.
Old school F-150s, those things are sick.
Yeah. Get yourself like a Chevy Blazer.
Put that sucker on a lift kit. Woo!
I'm
tell
talking
you right
about,
now,
man.
you want to hop in the Chevy Blazer? Gonna look up your skirt when I let you in the passenger side.
We talked about this while I was looking for a new car, but what if we just buy like a Craigslist piece of junk truck from the 70s?
Oh, that would be awesome, except
Fix
they're
it
not
up.
cheap.
And then throw a bunch of Big Rich, TD, and Fletch all over it.
Yeah, man, throw like a 6-inch lift on that. Make sure you run 38s underneath. I like that.
You're gonna have the fender clearance for 38s. That's for sure.
I mean, we'll throw a little mud on the tires.
Travis knows how to car.
He does car. Man. He cars off.
Yeah, I'm telling you, man. Right now, they ain't cheap. They ain't cheap. They ain't running. They ain't cheap.
Yeah, you would. Yeah, just buying a shell. Just buying something like a complete fixer.
Well,
car.
they became a collector thing, and people like to tinker with them. So now that they're fun to tinker with, they became expensive.
Well,
much like video games, which I have dabbled in.
I believe it was last night. I saw another social post of you playing Super Nintendo in your living room.
Yeah, I got Super Off Road, which is weird because we're talking about pickups, racing pickups, man.
Yeah.
And I got to tell you, I was playing Super Off Road.
Go on.
I still got the chops. I mean, I didn't lose a single race.
We haven't played on our office Super Nintendo in a long time. We should probably fire that sucker up today.
True, we do have one of those.
We also have a Madden, or no, we have NFL Blitz.
Oh yeah, we have NFL Blitz.
Yeah, we have NFL Blitz.
God, I feel like we're all going back to being virgins.
Yeah. And also, we're signing up for a cornhole tournament in August. Things are going well. Actually,
listen.
We hang out with Travis Dale for a year and a half, and all of a sudden, man cards revoked.
Our wives know what they have.
Yeah, you did this to us.
Disappointment. That's what they have.
877-767. You want to make your wife happy, you're going to want to call this number. 877-767-4760. We have Lainey Wilson tickets available for you to win. A pair of tickets to see her at North Island Credit Union Amphitheater.
If it's if the numbers are a little too confusing, 877 Popism 0.
Yeah. We looked at Travis looked up a word generator based on our phone number. Actually, Sorg 760 makes it on the list.
Yeah, Sorg. It does work.
877 Sorg 760. That's SORG 760. If you want to see her, again, that's an August 23rd show, North Island Credit Union Amphitheater. Everyone else who doesn't call in has to go to livenation.com to get your tickets and info there. But we're going to be giving away a pair of tickets to whoever wins. Whisper down the lane.
Okay, so here's what I'm thinking. Yesterday, we called for callers. We thought we had a phone malfunction because things lit up and then they immediately went away. So we thought, oh my gosh, something broke. And we finally got somebody on the line here, and we had already told them we're playing a game. Today, we did not mention the game was happening.
Right.
The phone lines lit up, and then when we mentioned the game, people started dropping off again.
Well, sorry, Scott. You are our victim. I mean, contestant.
That's right. That's right.
On Whisper Down the Laney. It is the game show that everyone's been talking about. It's super simple. We're going to give you 2 choices each question, and you have to do best out of 5 here. We're going to give you either a song lyric from Lainey Wilson or a quote from another famous lane. Scott, do you think you can hash this out? You think you can figure this one out?
Yeah, I'll give it a shot.
All right, here we go.
All right.
Who
All
wants to go first? You want to read one first? Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Let's just start with this. Every time somebody told me no, I turned that no into a yes.
Wow.
Was that Lainey Wilson, Scott, or another famous lane?
That was another famous lane.
Okay. No, that is incorrect. That's Lainey Wilson
Right.
song lyrics. So,
Right.
Scott, you're in an 0-1 hole right now.
It's okay.
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 Still have 4 chances to get 3 right.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll move on to the next famous Lane quote or Lainey Wilson song lyric. Here we go, Scott. My object is to stop the guy before he gains another inch. Is that a Lainey Wilson song quote, or is that another famous lane, Scott?
That's Lainey Wilson.
That is incorrect.
Oh,
That-
man.
Yeah, I'm sorry, man.
Scott, so
That
close.
was actually that was Dick Night Train Lane, Pro Football Hall of Famer. Sorry, Scott. Okay, so look, this isn't impossible, but you do have to go 3 for 3.
Right. Okay, here we go. I can't even scroll on TikTok for my For You page without seeing my fat butt on everything. Is that a Lainey Wilson quote, or is that another famous lane, Scott?
Oh my God, that's Lainey Wilson.
There we go.
Okay,
There we go.
Scott,
Oh, Scott, you pervert, you.
Yeah.
you're doing it. Yeah. Listen, we're all men
He's
here.
on the board.
We're all guys.
We're on
We
the
know
board.
what's up. Okay, check this out. All right, Scott, dial it in. Okay, we're asking you whether or not you can determine a Lainey Wilson song lyric or quote from other famous Lane's quotes. And here's your next one. I look like an anaconda that just swallowed a deer, and that deer got stuck in its neck. Is that Lainey Wilson or another famous Lane?
Another famous lane.
That is correct.
Well, you did it.
That is head football
Wow.
coach Lane
2 in a
Kiffin.
row there. Nicely done.
Talking about how fat he looked in a picture.
Yeah.
So right now, Scott, it all comes down to this.
Wow.
If you get this next answer correct, you are going to see Lainey Wilson
That's right.
on August 23rd.
That's right. I don't know where to go on this one.
I mean, you could go anywhere.
Okay. Let's just do this. My New Year's resolution is going to be to maintain my big ass so more people can kiss it. Scott, those words from Lainey Wilson or another famous lane?
Another famous lane.
Ooh, Scott, we hate this for you.
God, Scott,
Oh,
we hang up on Scott.
We're
It's
sorry,
shame.
Scott.
Oh,
We're sorry, Scott. Okay.
That was indeed Lainey Wilson. I thought I was throwing a softball.
All right,
thought so,
619, who are you?
Yeah. Reveal yourself, mystery caller.
619, you there? All right, going once, twice, 619, one last chance. Okay, he's not there. Okay,
Yeah, wow.
next we're going to another 615.
A 615. Okay, caller, who are we talking with this morning?
This is Scott, Budweiser Scott.
Hey, what's going on, Budweiser Scott?
So check this
What's
out,
up?
Scott.
Good morning.
Yeah,
Buddy, we have quite a game on our hands.
Right.
Okay.
right.
We asked the last Scott who jumped on the line so many questions, and he got so many wrong. We have to ask you, Scott, and this is going to be sudden death.
What was so many Scots?
Yeah.
Great Scott.
We have to ask you one sudden death question. If you can determine between a Lainey Wilson quote or another famous lane, And here it is for all the marbles for the pair of tickets to see Lainey Wilson. Are you ready?
I'm ready. Let's do it.
Okay. I have to accept the fact that no matter what I do, I'm going to annoy somebody. Was that Lainey Wilson or another famous Lane?
Man, that could easily be Lane Kiffin or Laney Wilson. Let's go with Laney.
Oh,
wow.
wrong. Budweiser Scott falls.
Budweiser Scott gets hung up on. That is incorrect.
Wow, incorrectamundo indeed.
We move on in sudden death to our
Okay.
next caller, 619. Who are we talking to this morning?
This is Scott from Santee.
Scott, another
No.
Scott?
There's no way.
You got to be kidding me.
Do only Scots listen to our show? That's absolutely.
Scott from Santee. Okay, this is the first Scott, right, that we had on?
Are we talking to a new Scott?
Scott, is this the same Scott?
No, it's a new Scott.
Okay,
New
all right.
Scott.
Okay,
It's a new Scott.
It's a new Scott. It's
Either
a new
that
day.
or he's a really good
It's
liar.
sudden death. You got to get this one right if you win, or if you want to win the tickets to go see Lainey Wilson. Here is your quote, Scott. It's easy to remember the names.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I'm still the fat kid from high school who never had a date. Is that Lainey Wilson or another famous Lane, Scott?
That's another famous Lane.
I think we have a winner. Wow, fantastic job. You did it, Scott. You won yourself a pair of tickets to go see Lainey Wilson at the North Island Credit Union Amphitheater August 23rd. Tickets and info at livenation.com if you're looking to buy them. But Scott, you're going, buddy. Hang on the line. Ben Fletcher will get your information. Thank you so much for calling in and playing an unbelievable 3 Scots in a row, 3 random Scots.
That was incredible. Wow. So congrats. That's huge. As we mentioned, this is the game show that everybody was talking about, so I'm glad we were able to get through that.
Only one pair left. We'll give them away tomorrow. And Richie, you said yesterday we're going to do Mustache You a Question.
Oh, you're damn right.
No.
The triumphant return of Mustache You a Question, this time with a little bit of a twist.
That's right.
We're going to add a twist to the end of one of those sides of the mustache.
Because it's a Bar Card Friday, brought to you by Keg and Bottle, 10 locations all throughout San Diego County. You got to have a little twist.
Yeah, absolutely right.
A mustache, run into the red mustache, a mustache, if you only got a mustache. Woo!
Okay.
Well, college football players from all 134 football subdivision teams can opt in to be part of EA Sports College Football 25 beginning today, officially setting the athletes up to be compensated for being part of the video game for the first time since 2014. I think that's what we determined. Well, actually, they weren't compensated in 2014. That's why the game went away. So it's been over a decade. They're finally bringing it back. Each player that opt-ins will receive a whole $600 and a copy of the game. So in the NFL, according to NFL reporter Derek Gunn, the reason the Philadelphia Eagles fell apart at the end of last season is because Nick Sirianni got into a number of arguments with members of his staffs and players on the sidelines after the Eagles head of security, Big Dom DeSandro, was suspended from the sidelines after getting into a physical altercation with Niners linebacker Dre Greenlaw on December 3rd. Does that sound logical?
Yeah, well, I mean, I guess he was a consigliere of Sirianni's. Yeah.
Some sad news. Former Cleveland Brown quarterback Johnny Manziel has some regrets. He revealed to Shannon Sharp on his podcast that among those regrets are disrespecting LeBron James and not giving an F in Cleveland. Apparently, LeBron James used to ask him to hang out all the time. He rejected him because he was just too depressed to do so. And in the NBA, action resumes tonight after the All-Star break. 12 teams will go head-to-head, which means, God, I got a lot of those to do. It's a lot of teams to come up with stupid
Everyone
things.
plays tonight.
Good God.
You done, TD?
I'm done.
Okay,
I'm done, son.
We got this
And
text.
once you're done, son,
You're done, son.
We got this text from the 858 saying, "How did no one say great Scott? You guys failed me." Travis Dale did say great
Thank
Scott.
you. Thank
and I
you.
almost gave him a lap for it.
why?
Yeah. It was just a low hanging fruit. You can't help yourself.
It's just hanging. Come on. I mean, I'm offended.
He's like a toddler walking past a lemon tree. He's like, "Mom, what's this?"
Gosh, we had a lemon tree that had like 60,000 lemons on it, and they would get a little bit hard in the wintertime because they were a little frozen.
Mhm.
And I could just sit there with a piece of pipe and knock them into my neighbor's yard.
Dude, that is the most farm raised like rural white trash sentence I think was ever assembled. I used to hang on. I used to take a stretch of pipe and knock frozen lettuce in my neighbor's yard.
This is not a joke. We also had a rooster named Ed who just lived in our yard and would chase me around.
Dude, actually, I'm not kidding you. You need to talk to Annie. So my wife grew up in a house that had a rooster. She lived in West LA. This was not a farm. This was not a farm. Like, this is a nice area of LA. She grew up in, they had a rooster. They named it Chirpy.
He was chirpy.
It was Chirpy. So the rooster came home with, I guess, her older brother, Anthony, because they hatched eggs in his class. And so the teacher was like, well, I guess Anne's mom made the unfortunate decision to say, what happens to them after they hatch?
Ooh, yeah.
And they were like, well, we bring them back to the farm. She was like, well, then what? She was like, well, they do what they do on farms. And so they took home this chicken. They thought it was a chicken. Turned out to be a rooster. Guess what roosters do in the morning?
Yeah, they crow.
Oh,
yeah, they crow
all morning long.
They're also mean, dude. At least the roosters we had growing up, they will fight you.
You had roosters too?
At my grandpa's house, yeah.
Dude, I'm the only person I know who didn't grow up with
way
roosters.
harder
we should get a show
to
rooster.
We should
kill roosters than it is to kill chickens.
We should get a show rooster. We need a show cock.
It's Brock.
Brock the show. We could name it Brock too.
Dude, he was a chicken for Halloween.
Dude, can you imagine if we have a
He was a rooster.
Dude, Brock the Showcock? Can you imagine? Big Tweety, Fletch, and Brock?
Wait, what?
No, that?
Are you kidding me?
Brock the Showcock?
We need Listen, we're going to assemble a chicken coop immediately. Ed at my house always had like a naked little butt because he'd been caught by coyotes several times and the feathers just never would grow.
Dude, chickens are some of the funniest animals out there. Like, because my grandma would form like full-on dog-parent relationships with some of these chickens.
Yeah.
And then she would walk out with this every time we had to go, take care of and trim the herd, as you would say. And she would just point him out, like, if you touch Henrietta, I'm putting you on the stump next.
Ooh,
and Henrietta was like her best friend. That chicken lived for like 20 years.
They do that. So we could have our show rooster for 2 decades.
No, dude, roosters are jerks. I'm telling you, you don't want a rooster, you want a chicken.
No, I want a rooster.
So this rooster that Annie brought home, she Chirpy used to like eat all the dog food because they had dogs the whole time growing up too. It would just peck apart all the dog food, the giant pellets, and it would like gobble it up. They had to buy the biggest dog pellets they could buy, and because the rooster would like still take it in his beak and try to choke it down. Like,
Yep. Well, that's happening.
All right,
God,
not to take us totally off track.
We have accomplished so much.
Roosters and chickens and cornhole. We do have a Padres lineup for the first game of spring training.
Wow,
Any interest, or would you rather stay with roosters?
Well, is there a rooster in the lineup?
Tatis Jr. leading off.
It's kind of a rooster.
Playing
well, actually,
right.
Will Myers' nickname used to be El Gallo.
So I'll run through like the storyline pieces here. So Joe Musgrove is going to start. We talked about that earlier today. Hassan Kim is playing at shortstop. Xander Bogaerts is playing at second. Tatis is playing at right. Cronenworth is playing at first. But the one that Padre fans will be excited about, the youngster, Jackson Merrill, playing left, getting a start, batting sixth.
Wow. Check this out. Yeah, they come to snuff the rooster. Is that Lainey Wilson or another famous Lane?
That is,
I don't know.
Alice in Chains?
Lane Staley. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Wow, we did it.
I'll tell you what, dude. So that's a good idea. Cornhole. Can you imagine if we show up to cornhole
with a rooster?
With a rooster as our team
mascot? Rooster? Holy.
Okay. I'm not saying no. It could be a lot of fun. Let's get some graphic design behind this thing and maybe have a silhouette of a rooster, commonly known as a cock, and make that our team logo.
The show cock.
We'd be the fighting cocks.
Dude, everybody needs a
How about this? Lainey
Every
Wilson
show needs cock.
Or another famous Lane. I am beautiful. I am loved. I am strong. I am wise. My heart is big and my ass is bigger.
Mm-hmm.
Is that a song lyric for real?
It might be a quote.
Yeah, I think it's just a quote from her during an interview.
I love that.
Yep.
Dude, yeah. I mean, she knows her assets. There's no question about it. Look, I can't wait till she plays August 23rd. We're going to have more of those tickets tomorrow. We also still have Shamrock tickets to give away. Do we want to play this sound from earlier, the Justin Field sound, or we want to get back to a little college football playoff chat?
I like the college football playoff chat because what we didn't talk about is the path forward for San Diego State here. Because we got on this like really fun idea with Rich. I think your idea is a lot of fun. I just don't know. It's not coming in the next 5 years. We could be honest about that.
Probably not.
What could be coming in the next 5 years is an opportunity for one of the non-power conferences to get a team into the college football playoff every single year. And we'll start to figure out that discussion that everyone has. Well, yeah, but if name the team, if San Diego State, for an example, but there's other example, Florida, what was the one that they said they won the national championship?
Oh,
a few years ago?
FAU?
No, UCF.
Oh, no, UCF. Sorry.
So UCF can now prove their point that, well, if they deserve to be there, now you have a legit shot because the group of 5 will have one school guaranteed into the college football playoff every single year as the highest ranked conference champion. That opens up a lot of doors here, and you're going to find out real quick whether it's for real or for not when it comes to group of 5 competing, even being on the same field as Power 5.
Yeah, look, it's a ever-changing landscape in college sports, and it's really become that way over the past 5 to 10 years, where every year things don't look like the year that's just passed. You have new teams in new conferences. This upcoming season is going to be crazy with how many teams just jump ship from the Pac-12 into the Big Ten, the Big 12, the SEC is going to add Texas and Oklahoma. Like
How about Pac-12 to the Mountain West with Oregon State and Washington State both playing with a Mountain West schedule this year, but they're not officially in the Mountain West. College football is wacky right now, man.
Yeah. And if you don't like it, honestly, just wait because it's only going to take days or months or weeks or years for it to look completely different again. It's a really crazy time. I think expanding the playoffs to 12 teams was a good start. I hope they're not finished because this 14-game idea is a good idea because it means more teams with more opportunities. And I think that's better for college sports. The reason why the NCAA, or I should say why college basketball is so successful is because of the participation. You have so many fan bases involved. That's why we're playing cornhole, gentlemen. That picture right there. Ladies love it. It says it right in the caption.
It does actually say that.
3 minutes. That's what we get. 3 minutes.
I'm sorry. I mean, it's tough.
I couldn't help it.
Just one trip around the fishbowl, man. Dude, today's show has been manic. We've been all over the place.
But a little bit like college football.
I do think we've learned a lot. I really do.
We have
Showcock.
We have set up so many things for the future of this show, of this station, of iHeart San Diego, of iHeart Corporation.
I really do feel like there's a debt of gratitude owed. Maybe it starts with the Starbucks card,
right?
Where'd you get that from?
It was hand delivered today. I think it's from. It is from Noreen.
It was delivered and then said, "This is for the show favorite."
Sorry.
Right? Right.
I know. I'm sorry. The face you just made.
Oh God!
Hurt to my loins.
Oh my God, dude!
It happens.
Dude, it's fine.
It's fine. It's just a $200 gift card to Starbucks.
It'll be you next week. I'm sure. Probably not.
Will it though?
I don't know.
Probably not.
Probably not.
Travis, tell us about how skinny you are. I'm gonna cry.
Oh, is it my turn? Well, I am skinny. Thank you, SD Fat Loss. No, you know what? It's funny because Rich did say when you were talking about last hour about SD Fat Loss, about how we joke about it a lot. We joke around about being big fat fatties and how we lost weight with SD Fat Loss.
And we were
big fat fatties, and we did lose weight with SD Fat Loss. It does work. I mean, it does work. This is the one diet that I have done that I've gone, yeah, that's how you do it. That's the right way to do it. So let Wayne and Chloe over at sdfatloss.com help you out. Let them show you the correct way to do it, the healthy way to lose weight. You'll lose weight quickly. I mean, 30 pounds in 2 months. I had no idea that was possible. It is possible. And then the best part is you keep the weight off because you don't want to do one of the fad diets, one of the prescription medication diets where you lose some weight. And then as soon as you stop whatever the prescription medication is, you gain it all back. That's called yo-yo dieting.
Yeah, nobody wants. I hate yo-yos.
I don't want them in my sight. I don't want you to talk about them.
Throw them all away.
Disgusting. Don't do it. Don't do it. And you won't do it with SD Fat Loss. And you're going to lose this weight without exercise. You're going to do it without counting calories or counting points or anything that's difficult, because they're going to hold your hand along the way, just like they did with us. And I promise you, in 8 weeks' time, you're going to lose 20 to 30 pounds. It does work. SDFatLoss.com. Go there right now. It's a free consultation. They will sit down with you. They'll talk with you. You can do it over Zoom. You can do it in person. You can do it over the phone, but they'll get to know you. They'll figure out your eating habits, your style, your body weight, all the things, and they will tailor make this diet plan exactly for you so you have the best results possible. SDFatLoss.com. Go there right now. SDFatLoss.com. Coming up, I don't even know if we need to talk about this.
No, we do.
Why don't we do, though?
Yeah. Is enamorment the same thing as love? One NFL coach is enamored. We're not sure he's in love. He's enamored. That's next.
The NFL offseason gets juicier and juicier. We break down the latest. Coming up next. This update is presented by the new Banana Boat 360 coverage. We'll begin with Padres baseball today. Marks the first game of the 2024 spring training year. Padres taking on the Doyers at the Peoria Sports Complex. First pitch at 12:10. Also a Padres story, Eric Hosmer announcing his retirement from the league yesterday. However, the Padres will still owe him that $26 million over the next 2 seasons.
Will Eric Hosmer be an all-star this season?
No, he will not. In the NBA, pretty much everyone in action tonight following the All-Star break. Listen to Lakers Warriors tonight at 7 right here on 760. Before that, it's the Brian Dutcher Coaches Show. John Schaefer, Coach Dutcher, full hour. Again, right here on 760. That starts at 6. This sun season, Banana Boat giving you a new way to spray. Introducing new Banana Boat 360 coverage. Better control for better coverage with a reusable sprayer and refill from Sport Formula to kids. SPF 50+. Shop Banana Boat 360 coverage at CVS.
Bigger City and Fletch, San Diego Sports 760. Having a lot of fun on a Thursday here. We just gave away some Lainey Wilson tickets. We'll have another pair of those tomorrow. She's going to be at the North Island Credit Union Amphitheater August 23rd. Tickets and info, livenation.com. And we still have a pair, so you're going to want to be listening very closely here in the next few minutes. Still a pair of tickets to Shamrock, St. Patty's Day Music and Beer Festival. That's coming up March 16th. Tradition returns as an authentic Irish celebration takes over the street of San Diego's historic Gaslamp Quarter District. Tickets and info at sandiegoshamrock.com or just keep it tuned in here. Guys, I had to use the restroom during that last break. And as I run down the hallway, cool guy's coming around the corner. He's got a cup of coffee. And he was like, whoa. And I said, oh, sorry, man. How's it going? He's like, good, man. I just don't want to fall as you haul to the stall. I'm like, what?
Wow. That's off the top of his head.
That's what I'm saying.
He almost knocks someone over, and he comes up with a song lyric on the spot.
How does it happen?
Dude, what the hell is going on?
Some people just have it.
Yeah. And I was like, lap. And he was like, I don't know what you're talking about, man.
You can never give him a lap.
No, you
It's
can't.
too cool.
Yeah. I actually ran a lap
What
after.
you say, man? Lap? It's my favorite seat in the house.
See, I feel like that might deserve a lap. Like Rich tried to be cool as cool guy.
No, it doesn't work as well. Doesn't work as well. Damn it. Oh,
Anyways,
shoot.
he didn't want to fall.
Yeah,
I was
dude.
a hold of the stall.
So I was thinking when TD showed us the picture of the cornhole tournament where it was some scantily clad ladies, how could we do something that encourages scantily clad people and match it up with a cornhole tournament?
Now you're talking.
I feel like
I
feel like that's not what you're supposed to do in this generation, in this day and age.
I'm not saying only, I'm saying men too.
Men-
Like, I'm not going to wear a shirt the whole time.
Okay, so
Gonna wear like a G-string?
that's part of it. That's part of it.
Hashtag free the peach, baby.
It's what we do.
Hashtag free the peach on the beach.
It's what we do that
That's what I'm saying. I
informs.
don't like that, man. I like the way that sounds.
Dude, absolutely, assless chaps. That could be a uniform choice for us boys. We just got to do a couple of squats
Yeah.
and get the buns
We got
in
time.
shape.
We got till August. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No. All of this is. We got to bust out the onesies again. We all bought them. You
right.
have a flamingo onesie.
Yeah.
I mean, you look great in that.
They would fit a lot better now than they did at the time.
I haven't put mine on in a long time.
I haven't
Me
put
neither.
mine on since that day because I'm afraid I can't get it off.
Well,
I needed help to remove it
the zipper is tricky. It certainly is. And it
in
goes
a lot of ways.
It goes all the way down.
It's-
All the way.
well, almost all the way.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's a good point.
I mean, it stops just enough to where if you're using the restroom, if I'm hauling to the stall,
yeah.
I've got to like lift everything.
Yeah. It was kind of like up Periscope. Okay. We have northward bearings. Fire.
That is so accurate.
Yeah, that was a tricky day. You know what's going to be tricky is navigating this offseason if you're looking for a quarterback, because there's a lot of teams who are on the market. This is a really weird commentary. Are you aware of who Paul Allen is? Don't be embarrassed if you're not.
No.
Yeah, he's with the Vikings. Wasn't he with the Seahawks at one point?
He is no, I think you're thinking of the former Seahawks owner who passed away.
Ooh, yes. Also
Yeah.
named Paul Allen.
Yeah. I mean, the only reason I know of him is because of what was put out yesterday.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so he is the play-by-play voice with the Minnesota Vikings. He's a legend. He's been there forever.
Ridiculous calls.
Oh, so good. So good. He has some of the most famous calls on their radio call, their home radio call.
The most Homer of the Homer play-by-play voices.
100%. And there's a couple of these guys, like Merrill Reese is synonymous with the Eagles. There's a couple of them. But so Paul Allen, I guess, either has a podcast or was a podcast guest. I'll try to connect the dots there. But more importantly, he was talking about the Denver Broncos quarterback situation and specifically who Sean Payton fancies out of this NFL draft.
Can't play it.
Oh, why not?
Because it's recorded straight off the podcast.
It's
it would
encoded.
kick us off the air.
Gotcha.
Got it.
Sorry, I told TD that, not you that.
So he said that he has it on very, very good record. Extremely strong source that suggests that Sean Payton is absolutely enamored with JJ McCarthy out of Michigan. Absolutely enamored. Like, if they're going to spend a draft pick in the first round on a quarterback, it's going to be on JJ McCarthy.
So this is interesting because a couple of weeks ago, Colin and J-Mac had the story, and it was from a Minnesota beat writer. I can't remember his name, but talking about JJ McCarthy as one team already has him at the top of their draft board. So it could be the Denver Broncos. They could be hearing the story from the same person. Now, who knows if the person they're hearing the story from knows what they're talking about, but the fact that this has a little bit of smoke, it feels like Liar's Poker might already be starting. That people are trying to just get the story out there somewhere or another that JJ McCarthy is going to be flying up draft boards.
Well, it's just so interesting that this is being generated from Minnesota. Like you said, a Minnesota beat. I mean, I guess a source report can come from anywhere. I mean, there have been times where things have been passed to me and it was from information from across the country. You know, it's like it can happen because people know people and people know people on different staffs at different times. Like, so it's possible. It's very possible that he has the scoop. How much do you believe that Sean Payton thinks that JJ McCarthy could be like the next Drew Brees?
Well, I mean, could he be the next Drew Brees? Maybe. So I think he's a little too short to be Drew Brees. But I mean,
Drew Brees was pretty short.
Was he? I thought Drew Brees was a tall guy.
He was like 6 feet tall. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
That was it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, maybe I'm wrong.
Some people say 5'10".
Well, some people say 5'10". That is absolutely correct.
He's dead even.
Did you just take a
I just burned myself. Okay.
A fletch, burn from fletch.
I feel like the rumors could be true here. There's been several weeks now. In fact, I think before the season even ended, there was rumors coming out that JJ McCarthy was being talked about in Denver. A lot of the Denver newspapers and radio stations that I follow as a Denver fan were kind of throwing those out there that he loved him. And then the Jim Harbaugh talk about how much he loved JJ McCarthy. All of a sudden it was like, see, well, Sean Payton and Jim Harbaugh, I mean, they're covering the same cloth, man. So yeah, I mean, I'm sure there's some truth to it, but I wouldn't be completely surprised if this was just to put up a smokescreen.
No, it's also not that hot of a take because at 12, JJ McCarthy will be available. That's where the Denver Broncos draft.
Correct.
Now, what the drama could unfold is, well, if they take J.J. McCarthy before Michael Penix Jr., and Michael Penix Jr. comes out and has this incredible year with the team that picks him up later in the draft because that team's probably going to have a little bit better roster, that could change the whole narrative and flip it upside down, and Sean Payton looks like an idiot.
You look at Rosen going to the Cardinals, for example, and Lamar Jackson getting taken 32nd overall to the same draft class. Like, those things happen. Baker Mayfield was the first overall draft pick that year. And coming out, it was Josh Allen. Like,
he's also going to be available this offseason, Baker Mayfield. And I could see him landing with the Broncos. He's a free agent. And the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, there was a source report yesterday that said they're not going to franchise tag him, which they could do. They're franchise tagging someone on their defense. I can't remember who it was. But it came out like Baker Mayfield is going to be able to get offers from other teams, and the Bucs will either have to match it or beat it.
How would you feel if the Broncos went after Mac Jones? Okay, because now there's some reports saying that Broncos are floated as a potential fit for a Mac Jones trade if the Patriots. And also, by the way, the new offensive coordinator, because Gerard Mayo has named his staff in New England, and Alex Van Pelt said, right now, everything's on the table in terms of who his next quarterback's going to be.
Which means Mac Jones could stay and start in New England.
He could stay and start.
Kirk Cousins.
He also could be gone.
He could be gone. Yeah, everything's on the table.
He could be a Bronco.
This is going to be a wild quarterback carousel year because there's so many names out there. Like Marcus Mariota wants a starting job again. Baker Mayfield has earned a starting job again somewhere, I think. Kirk Cousins is going to go somewhere. every single year after year, it feels like we're getting more big names on this quarterback carousel. Hell, last year Aaron Rodgers was available. And this
Got
year,
traded.
who knows what's going to happen?
Oh God,
Russell
Mac Jones
Wilson got
just
traded.
Mac
Good.
Jones seems
Well,
terrible.
Russell Wilson's might be getting traded again.
No, I know.
Right.
I mean, I'm saying, but like in consecutive years, you had Russell Wilson traded, then Aaron Rodgers traded. You had the year before that, Tom Brady leaving New England in free agency.
That's right.
I mean,
I can't wait.
it's dude, this goes back to my morning monologue. I love the offseason rumor mill around quarterbacks.
And they call it the legal or the illegal tampering window. That opens up really next week at the combine when all the agents and all the owners and all the GMs are all in the same area. That's when they start talking about things they're not supposed to be talking about.
Our good friend Dusty Thompson, head coach over there at Winthrop University for the cornhole team, sent me an email saying that he works with the ACL and he's RN.
Slow clap.
Yeah.
Slow clap for Dusty Thompson.
That's right. So
are you kidding me?
No. So exactly what we're talking about putting together. Also, ACL run Spencer McKenzie tournament.
Yeah, get the hell out of here.
Whoa.
Okay, so Dusty, if you're listening, Dirtybacks Thompson, we need you. We need
This
your
show
host.
is about to be sponsored by Johnsonville Brats, and I've never been happier about
Come on.
anything in my life.
Johnsonville, Bush's Beans, or Slim Jim. Any of those.
Dude,
Hostess.
1,000%.
Coors Light, please. That's all
Okay.
I've ever wanted.
Coming up next, because we're running out of time, Shamrock tickets. If you want to win them, we will have them for you on the other side. That's a promise. That is a Big Rich TD and Fletch promise.
Maybe even in the middle of the break.
That's right. We might have to do that. All right. But really quick, want to talk to you about Dr. Jordan Colby over to Ocean View Dental. This is my family dentist now. Actually, we just scheduled our next teeth cleaning. Mine and Annie's. We're going up there to Oceanside to visit the office. And I don't call them dentist appointments anymore. I visit my dentist because it feels like visiting a family member. The guy is amazing. I've never felt this way about a dentist, but I completely trust him. I had a tremendous amount of work that needed to be done on my mouth. I had a bunch of broken teeth from my playing career. I had a bunch of cavities, infections. I had to have teeth removed. It all happened in his office. I had 3 implants put in. I was told by a different dentist this would take 1.5 years. It took 3 months with Dr. Jordan Colby. Every single visit was at his office. I didn't have to go anywhere else. I put this procedure and this planning into his very trusted hands. And like many other Southern Californians who will travel to his office to have major dental situations handled there, he gave me a confident smile back. It really has changed my life. I know it's weird to talk about your dentist this way. It may seem weird to you. It feels very normal to me because I couldn't chew my food before. So this has really given me a lot of what was missing back. No matter your situation, he can help you create a confident smile too. So head to oceanviewdental.net. That's oceanviewdental.net. Big Rich, TD, and Fletch, we have Shamrock tickets. Caller number 5 who calls 877-767-4760. That's 877-767-4760 at exactly 8:50 wins a pair of tickets to Shamrock. That's coming up in just a few minutes, so get your dialing fingers ready. Big Rich, TD, and Fletch with you. San Diego Sports 760. There's so many things that happen in a 3-hour show.
What do you? A poison pill is not a button.
It's not a button. Why don't you read past the headline, Fletch?
Wow. Well, I fell right into that.
Oh, God, that is so funny. All right.
Okay.
Big Rich, TD, and Fletch. San Diego Sports 760. It is a Thursday, which means you have one last opportunity this week to win those Shamrock tickets. We just gave them away to a caller who jumped on the line at 8:50. We screamed that out at the break. That's the reason why you got to listen to the show even through the commercial breaks.
That's right.
Because occasionally we'll forget to give tickets away, and then we will in the middle of a break.
Yep. So you have to listen nonstop because you never know. And also make sure you have the free iHeartRadio app playing on all of your devices as well as your smart speakers at home.
And we discussed this yesterday. If you want to rate the show, like, don't waste your time with like one of these weird, like 2-star, like, you know what? I listened for the first hour and I liked it. And then it trailed off. Like, no. We want 5 stars, but then make the comments as weird as hell. Like, just be like, when they spoke about pottery, unbroken for 5 hours. It was one of my favorite radio segments of all time. 5 stars.
I feel like I could do that.
Yeah. Like,
I don't even know pottery.
I just
Has
want.
this happened to you guys too, where your TikTok feed will get infiltrated by chicks doing pottery with like low cut shirts?
1,000%.
Okay.
There's,
I don't have
in fact,
that at
I
all.
remember her name. There's a TikTok pottery maker named Peach Mango.
Wow.
Look her up.
Wow.
I'm telling you right now, you will never look at pottery the
My,
same.
It'll just go real slow like this.
My TikTok's not
Yep.
even close to that, but I'm telling you, it's been way off. Let's go ahead and play the game.
Okay.
All
Here we
right.
go.
There it is.
Oh my goodness.
We haven't played it in several weeks.
How many swipes to a butt?
Okay. Opening up TikTok. It's open. Definitely not.
That is
2,
not
3,
2.
4, 5,
Travis Dale's on
6,
mine.
7. Hey, look at that. I'm playing super off road. I got the Eagles. Like, actually, the
7.
Eagles and Big Bear.
Oh my God, it's the girl from Love is Blind. This is the one who
Wow.
said she
Sure.
looks like Megan Fox.
That's the one
Yeah,
I was
right.
telling you.
I'm
She was
literally-
like, it'd be great if everybody could fill out my comments right now.
At swipe number 10, I'm looking at Hometown Buffet from 2000.
Oh
What?
my gosh.
Missed that
That's
a
a
lot.
blast from the past.
Yeah, I
Dude,
missed
I'm
that
a
lot.
little embarrassed by how long this is taking.
Yeah. Oh, wait. Wait.
19,
Wait.
20,
Nah.
21.
Yeah, we are all
Yeah, we're
way
off our
deep.
game.
Like it's not even close.
We're way off our game. I'm on 25, boys.
28,
28.
29.
Dude,
30.
This is ridiculous.
It's freaking Dave Portnoy's dog in
What?
Travis's face. Oh, here we go. I mean, it's not a good butt, but I think it's a butt.
Let me see. It's a hey, look,
Well, I don't know.
I got room in my heart. I'm gonna have to have a lot of room in my heart for that butt, but I got
I don't even know where I'm at. I've got to be in like the 40s or 50s. I don't know. Now I'm watching John Mayer, which is cool.
I still haven't hit a butt. Oh, here we go. This is for sure.
I've gotten several Macho Man. This is it. No?
Yeah, that
Yeah.
counts.
Okay, that counts.
That counts. There you go.
All right.
By the way,
Wow.
the newest 3 episodes of Love is Blind, electric. This season, I don't know what they did. I think they're all actors. I think it's all fake, but it is great.
Is this royalty free?
Hang on a
Yeah.
second. I
Because it
love how
sounds a
the-
lot like there's a new wind blowing that I never known.
in the background because I wear these like in-ear headphones and I always leave one ear open. I can hear shaking like a soul, shaking because Travis Dale's TikTok is still
I
open.
realized the volume was up. We did it.
All right.
But we did not get the bottom of the barrel.
No, we'll do that tomorrow.
We got a lot of time tomorrow.
Yeah.
3
we
full
do.
hours.
3 hours. It's a bar cart Friday tomorrow.
Yeah. What else? Who do we
I
thank?
apologize for blanking on our new friend's name.
Oh, Dusty Thompson.
Dusty
Yeah,
Thompson.
Dusty Dirty Bags.
Thompson. Love that guy.
And we love him. We love him so much.
Thank you, Rich. Thank you, Travis. Thank you to the roadies, the dogs, the hangers, the bangers. We'll see y'all.
Yeah, I don't know what we did today, but you're welcome.
Please tell me that Scott won the Shamrock tickets.
No, Daniel A. Thank you, Daniel. He's been listening forever. We love you, brother.
right on.
All right,
Daniel
all
A.
right. There we go.
Daniel A. and all the Scotts.
The herd is next. We'll see you tomorrow.